So Bobby the Kotick interview. Why Activision Blizzard did the deal with Microsoft. GamesBeat says, why do the deal? Why is this a good time to sell? And why is it a good price as well? Bobby Kotick says, as you look at the increased competition between Tencent and NetEase and Sony, we're looking at over the course of the next couple years and starting to realize that we need thousands of people to be able to execute against our production plans. And that competition for that talent is expensive and really hard to come by. So he's basically chalking this up to the market's getting more competitive. We need to partner with more tech giants to stay competitive. Even though we see through the bullshit, Bobby. We see through it. And also, we're starting to think about all these skills that we need and we don't have and we're really necessary and realize that we should be thinking about ways to get that talent. I don't know, Bobby. Here's an idea. Why don't you nip sexual harassment in the butt while it's there? Maybe your talent will stay.
Maybe it's probably...
Welcome in, everybody. It is episode 78 of the Blacklisted Gaming Podcast, and we are sending away Doc. It is his last in-person episode.
It's very sad.
It is very sad. However, we will. What's going on right now? By the way, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe.
Like the video.
Jesus fucking Christ, man! I always forget to turn you down a little bit because you fucking scream. But remember, like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this. So we do this every week. We do an episode recording, but we have a lot of fucking big news this week.
Not really.
And those of you that are in the Discord, you've seen the new. You've seen it. It's like it went from one thing and branched out to like 50 things, and it's just like between
Stop
the
it.
what?
Hide the chat.
It's hard to hide the chat. I mean, I don't know if Alicia's moderating or not. So, for those that you guys wondering why the channel points are off, it is mainly because that the episode is live and we are recording this for YouTube and engaging with the chat until the end is the best way to get about this, because if we engage with chat during, it's really fucking rough to listen to and tune into. So, without further ado, Doc, this is your last episode and you were PCSing to Norfolk.
How does that make you feel?
How do you feel about this? I'm surprised I'm the only one that has a drink right now.
I would love a drink.
I don't have
honestly.
access to alcohol.
I didn't.
All I have is this and whiskey, and I know you don't like either one.
No, I meant
I
like
steal a
liquid. I just want something liquid.
Why didn't you bring something on your way?
I was going to, and I forgot about it.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah, can I steal
know.
a beer?
You want a beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. Let me text.
I was like,
Let me text Alicia and see if she can bring down a beer.
So I feel like I'm gonna be forgotten,
What? No.
and I'm never gonna get to be on an episode again.
Hang on, I'm
I
texting her
feel like
now.
the only thing that we want to forget is your no-ass having self wearing silkies. That's the image I want.
You know.
Look, Can Do Boy is in here. I know I'm not trying to look at the chat, but Can Do, thank you for the follow. We're gonna actually get to the chat and actually have your discussion with this at the very end of the episode. So if you guys are here and watching on YouTube, sorry you don't get to engage until you get to like comment on the recording.
Sucks to suck, bitch.
This is why we encourage you to be here for the live episodes so we can watch fucked up things. So on top of the news, I'm going to show you some really strange people of TikTok.
Oh no.
We're gonna do a deep dive on the fucking psychopaths that have a phone and decide to go ahead and like rifle through TikTok and make videos.
Very
So
nice.
We've done that.
you can barely hear the other guys. That's because they. Is that better?
Is that better, Daddy?
And this is why I'm not so heartbroken that he's gonna be gone.
Yeah, right.
Just the weird stuff, man.
Yeah, so they have a
You say
tendency.
that
No, I will miss you
until
but-
things are boring. You're like, man. Remember when things were interesting?
When things were amazing.
Remember
and
when Doc was
interesting, yeah.
here and shit was exciting?
So one of the biggest fucking news that came out in the last few days
Yes.
was Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard
Now does-
for $69 billion.
Now, does that mean that they also
69.
Nice. What?
Does that mean that they also have to inherit all the bullshit that's going on there too?
No. In
Well,
fact, the bullshit that's
yes.
going on is exactly why.
No, it's not why. They said
It's
it wasn't
not
why.
why. They said it wasn't. They
For-
said it wasn't
officially,
why.
they would always say that, but whatever.
Let's be real. A company's not going to buy another company like that because of that.
Well, the CEO of Microsoft actually did chime in before when Wall Street Journal did like the whole expose on Bobby Kotick himself, the CEO of Activision, talking about
current CEO,
the current CEO, but soon to be former CEO. They chimed in before the acquisition even was announced. They said that when Wall Street Journal released that entire article about Bobby Kotick and how he knew about all the misconduct in the workplace and kept it hidden,
Yeah.
Microsoft CEO said that they were going to reevaluate their relationship with Activision, and that was about 2 months ago, not even. And then all of a sudden, Microsoft buys Activision.
At least it didn't buy Discord.
No. Well, even still. And one of the biggest questions that people had was this Microsoft acquisition with Activision, is that going to make Call of Duty an Xbox exclusive?
Nope.
The answer is no.
We know that wasn't going to happen.
Well, honestly, look at Bethesda. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Anything
Yeah.
can happen in the gaming industry.
Yeah, but if you're looking at it, you got to look at it in terms of money. They would never do that.
No, it was, and they did talk about that. So some of our topics, besides the Microsoft acquisition, we've got Bobby Kotick, who reveals he says why the Activision Blizzard deal went down in the first place with Microsoft, and his reason is completely bullshit, as you could expect. Also, Bobby Kotick, there's some crazy news that he wanted to buy Kotaku and PC Gamer to shift the narrative on him and Activision,
Of course.
in his favor. So he
No.
was gonna buy these games journalist companies and then make it to where they don't write articles about him and about
I
Activision.
don't believe it.
I know. You mean to tell me a billionaire didn't want to do that? Come on.
Mm-mm.
Also, Bobby Kotick,
That sounds right.
he reportedly, there was actually a meeting that was supposed to be with employees about this whole thing and the future of Activision. Bobby Kotick apparently showed up late to it and left early, and it was meant to reassure them, and the whole meeting was about layoffs and the future of employees within Activision.
I remember what the other news was going to be.
What?
That the Raven QA people, they voted to have the
Unionized.
first union.
Yeah, they
the
were
first union in gaming
Yep.
history.
Raven Software,
In the gaming
they
industry.
are now the first people with a union in the gaming industry. So...
Is that a topic?
I wonder how that's going to work then.
And for you guys that are just now joining the chat, just so you know, we're not going to be engaging with you guys until the very end of the podcast. So
Except
stick
for
around
every
for that.
time that we tell you this.
And except for every time we tell you this. So if you guys are trying to
Because he
chime
sees
in
chat, this is
to have the
him
conversation
saying,
with
"I'm
us,
not engaging with chat."
you guys can have the conversation amongst yourselves. But at the end, that's when we're going to engage with you, just for the sake of keeping on topic, and then then chiming in with y'all to make so we can have these discussions with each other.
Back to the topic.
Also, Activision Blizzard boss Bobby Kotick is expected to leave once the deal closes. Now, the caveat to this is that the deal is not expected to close until end of fiscal year 2023,
Okay.
or somewhere in 2023.
Yeah.
That's when his contract ends. Now, if you think that Bobby Kotick's not going to get a nice fat golden parachute on his way out, you're wrong.
The deal's
No, of
also
course.
being challenged to make people are saying that it might be a monopoly type thing.
It's I can start seeing it like Microsoft is starting to turn into the Disney of fucking gaming. They've been like acquiring studios like the Infinity Stones.
Well, they're
Just gonna snap away Sony.
They're the Disney of the tech industry.
Well,
Anything
and
tech-wise.
it hurts though too because it's not even just about like video games either. It's
Yeah, it's
because
the tech
that's why I
industry
said
as a
since
whole.
That's why I said
Microsoft
tech.
is way far outside of that,
Yep.
it's really difficult.
Hence the tech term.
Yeah.
And we're gonna address the concerns that people had about
Well,
Call of
normally when
Duty.
we talk about here, we talk about games.
And we talk about games, yeah. We're going to talk about one of the things, the biggest concerns everyone had was was Call of Duty being an Xbox exclusive, which is actually not going to be the case. And we're going to dive into the conversation that Xbox CEO Phil Spencer had with Sony executives and their agreement to keep Call of Duty multi-platform.
Okay.
Speaking of Sony, though, during this deal, Sony lost $20 billion in stock shares.
It'll go back up.
It will go back up. They'll recover. But still, this news was like caused a fat dump.
Just don't sell.
What up?
Hello.
You here to bring him a bear? Ah, say
at
thank
you.
you.
Oh yeah, I did.
That's a thank you, H&P.
Oh.
Yeah,
What did you
You're not
say?
my fucking boss anymore.
It's because she picked up rank.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, you're technically.
Fuck
Is
outta
this
here.
fraternization I hear?
No, it is not.
Don't let your command team know.
Different departments.
And then after we're done with these topics, we are going to dive into some of the weirdest people at fucking TikTok. Because there's some questionable shit on
It's always questionable.
Well,
shit,
the
man.
thing is, would you give people that don't know how to run a social media app the access to a social media app?
That's been going on since MySpace.
I know, but it's even worse with TikTok because people make the you remember the fucking video of the guy dressed. I mean, I guess he came out as trans.
I
He's doing the
remember.
dances in the fucking murder house. It's a Shania Twain, and it's just like it looks like a fucking burned out meth house.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a fucking destroyed.
What do
meth
y'all
house.
watch? I don't understand.
My algorithm is so horrible,
I
and
believe
Alicia's algorithm is also equally bad, and it's my fault.
No, my algorithm got fucked up because of Keisha
Oh,
specifically.
why she sends you weird shit?
Yeah, she sends me weird shit, but she also likes a fuck ton of weird videos. Not even
I
shit
think
that,
me and her have had this
I
conversation.
say we
She
had this
won't
conversation
even-
at the bar.
Yeah, she won't even like shit that's like, oh, that made me laugh, or that's really interesting, or that there was something funny in there. She'll like cringy shit that like she's like, oh, that was fucking weird. She'll have like a disgusted look on her face, like, and then like
That's how
keep going on. I
TikTok
was like,
started.
why?
TikTok was Musically,
I know that I'm.
and then it came TikTok, and it was
yeah.
just like weird, cringy lip sync videos. It was like watching a car crash. Like you wanted to look away, but you just kept fucking watching.
So I know I'm not supposed to be looking at chat, but there was a question that's addressed that I got to address now. Where do I get this information from? So I get this
The internet.
Not so much the internet, but there is multiple game articles that I follow, like PC Gamer, The Gamer, Game Informer, Kotaku, Polygon.
The share joke.
There's also a bunch of content creators like Young Yeah, Angry Joe, and a whole bunch of other ones that I also follow that also cover these news. Jason Schreier is a journalist that is extremely reliable. He's done plenty of exposés, and it's all come to be true. All these articles that I've been reading to compile this information, and it's information that most of the average gamer doesn't know, which is why I get this information. I want to know, and give it for you guys to understand. So to answer your question about where I get the information from gaming journalists that I just follow all over the internet, on Twitter, on YouTube, on just Google. So that's where I get it from. But anyway, just to keep on track here,
Yeah.
babe, I know that you're moderating, so kind of
Moderate.
not moderate, but just like keep the chat interested. And you guys keep the discussions within yourselves, and we'll get back to you at the very end once we're done with everything.
I'm gonna
So-
count a tally marker of how many times
It is
he
four.
goes.
Shut the fuck up.
It is
Into
4
chat.
thus far.
Yeah, we're barely started.
It's 4. I'm sorry.
I said hide the chat, but
And there, yeah, you're right. There's a lot of fake information on the internet, so I try to be as reliable as I can. Shut up!
here he goes.
Oh, but you yelled at him at the beginning. For
I'm going
yelling.
to get you so fucked up that you're gonna piss your pants.
That wouldn't be the first time.
No,
wouldn't.
Stephanie's driving, right? No, Stephanie is 100% driving
She
you.
can.
No, she's going to.
Yeah, no, she's gonna have to.
She's definitely gonna have to.
Can we go somewhere close? I don't like her fucking on my seat that much.
We could go somewhere around here. I
That
was actually
is-
thinking about going somewhere near you guys, so you're not far from home. But I don't really know of many good
And I
places
can go
down
try
there.
and fuck her with
I know
the,
Keisha wants
with
to
the
go to Ron's
whiskey
place.
dick.
I know
Yeah.
Keisha's been really open for going to Ron's, but it's a Saturday and it's the playoffs, so I'm not really so sure.
Let it play
I
a
mean,
game on Saturday.
I'd be down because alcohol and football, but at the same time too, I understand the concern.
Yeah, it's just gonna be packed as fuck.
Yeah.
Like remember last time?
No,
we
no,
went?
no. I understand. Like that, I wasn't like worried. Like it'd be violent and there's alcoholics out there. I just meant like I get it. It's
You're
gonna
in
be
Wisconsin.
crowded. It's gonna be
There's
crowded.
alcoholics everywhere.
I got this.
I got it.
What?
I have one more hoe story. I'm going out with
You have one more final hoe
the,
story.
the hoe origin.
The hoe origin story.
Yes.
We're gonna find out why Doc became a whore. All right, so without further ado, let's get into our first topic.
I haven't been a hoe for a while, but
Uh-huh.
they were fun times.
So, Microsoft to acquire Activision Blizzard to bring the joy and community of gaming to everyone across every device.
I already hate this title.
This is from Microsoft. This is like their.
That's
this
shocking.
This is their
Who knew,
article.
who knew that
this
they
is
were the
like-
ones?
Well, listen, Microsoft, don't break your arm jerking yourself off there.
Well, I mean, their naming department we already know is fucked up. We talked about this many times.
I know the
Like,
Xbox names. Fucking whoever came up with that.
I don't know. Microsoft fucking kills a lot of things, or just doesn't do it very well. Let's look at Microsoft Internet Explorer, Edge. Terrible.
Yeah, I mean Google Chrome. Oh, that's not Microsoft. So Redmond, Washington, Santa Monica, California. So with
have you only drank that one beer?
it's not, I'm not even like done with it.
Cut him off. He's done. They made Google. No, that's Google. Shit.
So with 3 billion people actively playing games today and fueled by a new generation steeped in the joys of interactive entertainment, gaming is now the largest and fastest growing form of entertainment. Today, Microsoft Corp announced plans to acquire Activision Blizzard Incorporated, a leader in game development and interactive entertainment content publisher. The acquisition will accelerate the growth of Microsoft's gaming business across mobile, PC, console, and cloud, and will provide building blocks for a metaverse. Oh, no.
Yeah, that was another thing. Is
Excellent.
so like Facebook. Facebook is the
no.
one, or Meta, I guess. They're the ones that are trying to challenge this.
meta.
Because they're worried about what this acquisition is going to mean for like the metaverse.
Fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg. I don't give a shit.
They're not the only ones. There's another company too that's been trying to get into the metaverse with Facebook. I just can't remember which one it is.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
So Microsoft will acquire Activision Blizzard for $95 per share in an all-cash transaction valued at $68.7 billion.
All cash transaction.
Where do they get this money from? Is this
Whoa.
cartel money?
What do you mean? Like
I know they're the
Microsoft
biggest.
can
They're
fart
the biggest. They're the biggest tech
68.9
industry.
billion.
They're the biggest tech company in the industry right now. I understand. They have more money than they know what to do with. So they're just gonna fucking buy everybody.
Who started it again?
Who started what?
Microsoft.
Bill Gates.
Yeah, that's right. It's like
Yeah,
He
one
made-
of the richest people. On
Who
the planet.
started Apple?
not anymore, but he fucking
Was it Elon Musk?
if he dropped $100 bill, it's not worth his time to pick it up.
I know it would cost more money to pick up the $100.
God, that was a
I'm just-
fact from like middle school.
I know. Imagine what it's like now.
I mean, in middle school, can you imagine being taught this in middle school and basically your teachers are like, you were so insignificant and poor that like that Bill Gates, when he drops a $100 bill, it costs more money for him to bend over and pick it up than it would be for him to just walk away. And it's like, but I can't walk away from a $100 bill. That's
From
my
a
gas
$100
money.
bill, yeah.
That's where I got my groceries from.
That's my money for the month.
So when the transaction closes, Microsoft will become the world's third largest gaming company by revenue, behind Tencent and Sony.
Tencent, wow.
Yeah, and the mobile
Oh,
gaming.
mobile gaming, that's right.
The planned acquisition includes iconic franchises from the Activision Blizzard and King studios like Warcraft, Diablo, Overwatch, Call of Duty, and Candy Crush, in addition to global esports activities through Major League Gaming. Oh, yeah, they also acquired Major League Gaming, which is another thing. I forgot how much they spent.
I hope they're at least able to improve the Call of Duty scene as far
Well,
as
it's
competitive
funny
goes.
that you bring that up because we are going to talk about like the new development cycle that could potentially be on the horizon for Call of Duty.
I don't
We
have
may-
I don't
we-
have high hopes, but I do
Well-
understand that does sound what I've heard.
You've
What
heard
we
how
talked
they're going to
about.
be straying away from
Yeah,
the
from
yearly release.
shit. I do think that would make things better. I just don't have like a ton of high hopes just because.
It is
It's-
it is remain to be seen.
Now,
honestly.
how about this? What other games do you know that have so many sequels about the exact same shit? Like they're not fundamentally changing anything, and they're just pumping out new sequels over and over again.
They're pumping out like
and I
fucking
understand
single
going away
mom
from,
on welfare.
I understand going away from yearly release will make development cycles probably much fucking easier and better overall. But the idea is still just the problem of you've already made so many sequels. It's probably time that you move away from that shit. Stop making it at all. And start making something different.
Take a fat break. From, from
make a
that
new
franchise.
make a new IP. Like make new shit. Like I wouldn't even be mad at all at Microsoft if they did something good with this stuff.
Yeah, close your legs,
And
Activision.
it's a
Stop making
little
Call of
different
Duty
for
and
other
popping them out.
for other franchises like Bethesda with Elder Scrolls. How many sequels they have doesn't really count because you get one every other decade. So that's a little different. But after something like Call of Duty And even Battlefield probably just need to be put to bed and make new games, make new IPs.
Make something else. But, everyone wants to chase the money train of a franchise.
That's because people are too fucking stupid to buy anything else.
So
I bet you they'll be able to improve Overwatch, though.
Yeah, we'll see. So Bobby the Kotick will continue to serve as CEO of Activision Blizzard.
Is that his official title?
I've been calling him Bobby I've been calling him Bobby the Cuck since 2019.
Yeah.
So
Every episode that he's on, that's been on.
So he will continue to serve as the CEO of Activision Blizzard, and he and his team will maintain their focus on driving efforts to further strengthen the company's culture and accelerate business growth.
I'm sure.
Bullshit!
Fake news.
Once the deal closes, the Activision Blizzard business will report to Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Hey. And
Phil.
it's funny because Phil Spencer was one of the many executives that spoke out against Bobby Kotick saying he needs to resign.
Yeah.
And just so happens, about a month later, Microsoft buys them.
He's
and it's
like,
just
you know what?
It's like Bobby Kotick needs to
buy you.
resign. The board says, no, we're going to keep him. And then Microsoft's like, cool. Here's $70 billion.
Leave.
You may go now. It's just like
But he's still not, though.
It makes me think of the meme where like Thanos puts his hand in the gauntlet and says, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
No, that's what happens when your girlfriend falls asleep.
All right. So
We're not bringing up personal problems here, bud.
let's see. Gaming is the most dynamic, exciting category in entertainment across all platforms today and will play a key role in development of the metaverse platforms,
Told you.
said Satya Nadella, chairman and CEO of Microsoft. How many CEOs are in Microsoft? Is there a CEO of gaming and a CEO of Microsoft as a whole?
There may be a more an entertainment side and a tech side.
I guess.
Maybe.
So
This is why I'm poor, because I don't understand these things.
same. We're investing deeply in world-class content, community, and cloud to usher in a new era of gaming that puts players and creators first and makes gaming safe, inclusive, and accessible to all. Players everywhere love Activision Blizzard games. We believe the creative...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bold statement.
Players ever used to love
No, we don't
Activision
love
Blizzard
it.
games.
We don't love it. We just play it because there's nothing else right now. That's it. That's all we got. I mean, for 2020, we just had Call of Duty.
It should say players everywhere play Activision Blizzard games. Maybe Warcraft. People really do love Warcraft, though.
All right.
Even Warcraft is dying out.
World of Warcraft.
So, let's see. Players
Yes.
everywhere. So this is what Phil
It
Spencer
lost its
said.
#1 spot.
And okay, so Phil Spencer also said, we believe the creative teams and their best work in front of them.
That's news.
What?
He said that people still love World of Warcraft, and I was like, no, and there definitely are people who still love it. But I was like, but it's starting to.
From where it was to where it is not the same. I've seen a lot more people
it
leaving
is-
it than joining it.
It is starting to die.
I've seen some diehard World of Warcraft players sell their accounts, and you could sell accounts for thousands of dollars,
That's insane.
and people buy them. People will buy them.
But yeah, no, it is dying. In fact,
It's, like saying
it's
League of
been
Legends is dying.
overtaken by Final Fantasy by quite a large margin.
Well, yeah, and Final Fantasy is starting to become the fastest growing MMO that I've
Yeah,
seen.
They
exactly.
just had a new one, too.
Well, they just released their DLCs
That's what it was.
for something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming, said, "Together we will build a future where people can play games they want virtually anywhere they want." So for more than 30 years, our incredibly talented teams have created some of the most successful games, said Bobby the Cuck, CEO of Activision Blizzard. The combination of Activision Blizzard's world-class talent and extraordinary franchises with the Microsoft technology, distribution, access to talent, ambitious vision, and shared commitment in the gaming and inclusion, liar, will help ensure our continued success in increasingly competitive industry.
Okay.
I really hate that PR response that he said, because none of that shit is believable coming out of that fucking sewer of a mouth. Like, it's really not. So, where the fuck was I?
You already read that.
Oh, yeah, cool. I read this whole thing.
Yep.
We've been
All
working on it, so his reading's getting better.
No,
So
it's not.
mobile is the largest segment in gaming, with nearly 95% of all players globally enjoying games on mobile. I hate that. Through great teams and great technology, Microsoft and Activision Blizzard will empower players to enjoy the most immersive franchises like Halo and Warcraft. Wait, why are we talking about Halo on a mobile platform right now? No.
It's probably going to happen.
No.
Yeah,
It's time to fucking
know
wake
it's
up.
probably gonna- it's
Is
probably-
that your alarm to wake up?
No. It is an alarm.
What's it for?
Nap
I
time.
don't know actually.
It's nap time.
Take
Time to wake
take
up
your
from a
AIDS
nap.
medication. So virtually anywhere they want. And the games like Candy Crush, Activision Blizzard's mobile business represents a significant presence and opportunity for Microsoft in this fast-growing segment. The acquisition also bolsters Microsoft's Game Pass portfolio, which plans to launch Activision Blizzard games into Game Pass, which reached a new milestone of over 25 million subscribers. Now, yes, the Game Pass is about to be lit. Lit with all these titles because and the Game Pass is honestly, if you look at it, is the most value for your money. Like all these titles that you can get on Game Pass. And it's about to grow even more with this acquisition. You're going to get Spyro, Crash Bandicoot. You're going to get Call of Duty. All of them. All the Call of Duties on Game Pass.
No.
You're going to get everything that they own. Diablo on Game Pass.
Never
What?
mind. I was
No,
thinking,
what?
No, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what you're getting at.
Yeah, no, I was thinking different company.
So, all right, let's see.
However, I mean, it's
Activ-
not shocking that the Game Pass is doing well because subscription-based services have been the thing for a
Overall,
while.
have
Well, I mean,
usually
yeah,
been a
because you have
success.
unlimited access to this game, and you only pay like a monthly fee, and it's like significantly cheaper than the game, and then you have all these games.
Yeah.
So figure how much money you're saving by not buying all these games outright. You know. So Activision Blizzard's nearly 400 million monthly active players in the 190 countries and $3 billion franchises. This acquisition will make Game Pass one of the most compelling and diverse lineups of gaming content in the industry.
Sony's got to do something. that.
Well, we did talk about how they're working
Yeah.
on their own Game Pass.
Which is still kind of weird. I don't understand why they don't just modify how they do their.
That's
PS
what they're doing now.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Well, one they already did.
The scene say I was like, because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's as good as like Xbox Game Pass, but they kind of already have that shit in place. They just don't market it very well.
Well,
Yeah. they're
so
it's not the same.
there's
good.
there are other games like they said with the mobile thing.
Yeah,
A lot of people were Diablo fans, and they want it's like some people want the mobile version. Well, there is a mobile version
that's
coming out.
so weird.
Diablo Immortal is going to be the mobile one, but I remember. Do you not have phones? I think you were. Was it you or you?
That was during the clip.
Yeah. So do you guys not have phones? Yeah. So like the Diablo Immortal is going to be the mobile version.
You guys
of
just
Diablo.
gonna shit talk my reading? That's
Yeah.
part of the clip.
Was that? Oh, that was that. Wasn't
was
it?
that clip. Yeah. And then I think it was our year in review when I asked you like what the fuck you were talking about.
Right. So let's see.
And
What was
the
I-
answer to that is yes.
So the transaction is subject to customary closing conditions and completion of regulatory review and Activision Blizzard shareholder approval.
Wait, we skipped the whole thing.
Up close, Microsoft will have 30 integral games development studios along with additional publishing and esports production capabilities.
Oh, I thought we skipped the whole.
We did
paragraph.
not. We did not. So the transaction is subject to customary closing conditions and completion of regulatory review and Activision Blizzard shareholder approval. The deal is expected to close in fiscal year 2023 and will a non-GAAP earnings per share upon close. The transaction has been approved by the boards of directors of both Microsoft and Activision Blizzard.
That's interesting.
So the advisors are Goldman Sachs, is serving the financial advisor for Microsoft and Simpson. Thatcher and Bartlett LLP is serving legal counsel. Allen Company LLC is acting as financial advisor for Activision. And Skaden, Arp, Slate, Megger. How do you, is that Megger? And Flom LLP is serving as legal counsel.
That's a lot of partners.
It is a lot of partners.
Fun facts of gaming.
I don't care about that, Microsoft. So this acquisition, it's like, honestly, when the news came out about this, so we did predict that Bobby Kotick would be out as CEO by the holidays. Well, we were wrong on that. But the one thing,
not me.
the one thing I didn't even expect I didn't see that coming. That's not on my fucking bingo board for the goddamn games industry right now for the next year. Was Microsoft buying them?
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Everyone speculated that Microsoft was going to buy Sega or something else, or like smaller studios, but no one expected a large studio like Activision. And that remains to be seen about what's going to happen with EA,
I don't know.
because like Nintendo, like honestly,
Sony's gonna buy
that
him.
acquisition,
Now Sony's gonna buy.
Sony's gonna
this
buy 'em.
acquisition by itself was about several $1 billion more than what Nintendo is even worth as a whole. So put that in perspective of how much money Microsoft has,
True.
Nintendo's worth about $62 billion.
Mm-hmm.
They bought Activision Blizzard for $68.9 billion. So they like several like about like 5 or 6 billion more than
I think it was
Nintendo's
just
even
they
worth.
made him an offer that they couldn't refuse.
That's essentially what it was. That's really what it was. It was just one of those things where like they were like
You're worth $30 billion. But you know what? We'll double it.
we'll double that. We're gonna give you these. It's just crazy. It was
Slap the dick on the table.
It's too convenient that with all the allegations and all the fucking misconduct shit that's been going on with Activision Blizzard, and they're trying to say that this isn't why that this happened. Bullshit! It's not why that happened.
Again, that also I know that you said that sure those allegations wouldn't necessarily have to be handled by Microsoft, but the issue is those problems are still going to be there. So now Microsoft is going to be having to deal with all these legal
Unless
ramifications.
Microsoft is cleaning house.
I mean,
By getting rid of the entire board from Activision.
and don't get me wrong, for things like that, the board, like I understand, like, but the difference is how many people are you going to miss? You know what I mean? If you have all that issue going on there, like it's
I mean, you could. Like I said, it remains to be seen.
I think it's interesting that they're like, he'll remain until his contract is up.
I know.
And I really think that's because
He has to.
Kotick is smart. Like,
His contract probably says
Yeah.
that you can't force him out without legal backlash, and he has to leave on his own terms. Basically, probably has it set up in his contract there where he can't leave unless he leaves on his own.
yeah. Or it's like tenure.
Or he murders somebody.
You have to
Instead
have
of accusing to murder somebody.
yeah, like actual
Instead of like
hardcore
threatening-
evidence.
Instead of threatening to kill someone, he actually does it,
apparently that's allowed. You know, the subclause.
CEOs of multi-billion-dollar corporations can threaten to get their fucking assistant killed and get away with it.
I
And
mean, I get it's threatened to be killed all the time.
listen, I know, but are you a billionaire?
No, I'm not even a
Are you a CEO of a fucking multi-billion-dollar
$10
corporation?
I could
And
be a
then
corporation.
let's say you as a leader, your soldier comes up to you and says that
Not
like
soldiers.
your sailor comes up to you and says that like I don't know, another one of the sailors threatened to fucking they sexually harassed her and stuff, and then you said like I will kill you if you ever talk about this again. I'll have you killed.
We'd be told to handle it on our own.
That's not true at all.
Are you calling out your chain of command on record?
No, well, no, we're not because he's not in my chain of command.
True.
And that is an inside joke that he totally gets. But
Did you see that TikTok I sent you of the excuses? It was like, this is all y'all and making up excuses in the clinic and shit.
Yes.
I went so my first time at North Chicago VA was very depressing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Going in there, I'm like, I thought they improved this place.
Wrong.
And I walk in.
Well, okay, so they did,
So let me ask you,
and that's how shitty it was.
what made you think that they improved it?
No.
I heard that they did. I heard they remodeled
who?
it and everything.
No, from what the VA had there at that location before the Navy basically invaded, that place was getting shut the fuck down. And the Navy's like, we need a new hospital. Let's do a partnership.
Yeah, I still am so mad at whoever decided that was a good.
Yeah, they should be fired.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say this: my appointment was like that. I got there at like 2:45, checked in,
That's a first.
and I was. What do you mean?
What was it for?
An ultrasound of my thyroid.
Okay.
So I went there. I went to radiology, checked in, and within 5 minutes, I got called in for the ultrasound, and I was out like 5 minutes after my appointment was supposed to be.
That's nice.
I was in and out.
That's when they don't cancel your appointment the day of.
This isn't a mental health appointment. This was an actual ultrasound.
I mean, it is the worst department in the whole.
What, mental health?
Yeah.
I know. That's why they're like, when they told me, they're like, you can go see mental health over at North Chicago. I'm like, I would rather go to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Like I even told them, I'm like, I haven't heard very many good things about that. And they're like, oh, well, they've been there for a while. I'm like, yeah, well, I also have people that work there, and like I have good friends that work there, and tell me
You can
otherwise.
tell me what you want, but I already know.
Yeah, you can tell me one thing, but I have insider information that this is actually a dumpster
They're like,
fire.
don't come here.
And even when I have guys that work in mental health telling me don't come here for mental health, I'm not going to go there for mental health. It's like, I'm feeling depressed and suicidal. Like, if you probably,
Have you tried not feeling like that?
have you tried not trying to? Have you thought about not thinking about killing
You could
yourself?
just not be depressed.
You could just be happy. Stop being sad. What's wrong with you?
God.
I feel like that is that how it is over there.
And
it
then
almost
they'll
seems
just-
like it.
No.
Well, he hasn't worked over there. And then they'll be like, you canceled my appointment. And be like, yeah, but just get over it. Like, we booked you a new one.
We booked you a new one. It's going to be 2 months out, but like we booked you a new one.
2 months. That's a quick appointment.
Is it? Fuck. Yeah. I actually got called in to do a sleep study, and they said we're booked out until March, and I was just like,
Sleep studies are hard to get, though.
well, they told I have to call them back.
I think almost everywhere sleep studies are hard
Well,
to
they
get.
want to do mine like on a Wednesday when I'm in class, and I'm like, all right, maybe. Let me call you back.
Sleeping in class anyway, so.
Huh?
If you could just go to class with the probes on, you know you could do it anyway. You fall asleep.
Yeah, I mean, I want to sleep. So I want a CPAP, and then throw that on my disability. So anyway, we're going to talk about Bobby Kotick's interview and why Activision Blizzard did the deal with Microsoft, according to him.
There's 2 titles you should have to this.
What?
Doc's Farewell or
This is called
the Cucks episode.
Live by Bobby Kotick, by Bobby and Doc.
Wait,
Bye bye Bobby and Doc. That's the name of
Should
this
be
episode.
Bye Bye Cuck and Doc.
No.
Why not?
Because-
you can't put that on Twitch.
Bye bye. No, I can't put cuck in the title. I'm sorry, but I cannot put cuck in the title.
We're the Blacklisted Gaming Podcast. You can do it.
We're the Blacklisted Gaming Podcast, but there are some things that we can't do, and one of it is like, put cuck in the title of a fucking stream.
I don't know. I gotta agree with Eldridge on this. I would love to have Cuck in the title.
Listen, I used to do crazy titles all the time, but that was only when it was voice recorded, and it was only going on Spotify and all that shit. But you got to think, we're going on YouTube, we're on Twitch. Like, I can't have that in the title.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, but on my first episode, we were able to have the old nut and nap, but not Cuck. Okay.
The nut and nap. Oh, the nut and nap. No one. That's like kind of vague. No one's like, what's a nut and nap? The context is within the recording.
Oh,
not
yeah.
in the title.
Oh yeah, because saying bye to Bobby Kotick is so much different than saying
Say bye bye cuck and Doc.
As I said, Bobby Kotick, but whatever.
Whatever.
Shit.
Anyway, so let's get to
It's
the article.
contagious.
It should be Cuckick.
So Bobby the Cuck Kotick interview. Why Activision Blizzard did the deal with Microsoft. So Microsoft and Activision Blizzard announced the biggest deal in the whatever. So the deal.
Whatever.
The deal.
Words.
No, I
don't
understand.
I hate
understand.
redundancies. So.
It's okay.
So the deal will combine Microsoft Xbox and PC gaming business with the franchises like Halo, Fallout, and Forza, with Activision Blizzard's franchises like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Overwatch. And it should be a big boost to Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass, which we've talked about. Bobby Kotick, CEO of Activision Blizzard, has, since its inception in the merger of Activision and Blizzard in 2008, and he was also CEO of Activision for decades before that. He engineered the $5.9 billion acquisition of King, the maker of Candy Crush Saga, in 2015. But Activision Blizzard was weak positioned in the internal turmoil thanks to a sexual harassment lawsuit by the California Department of Fair Employment and Housing,
Oh, we've been here before.
which alleged the company had a culture of sexual bias and tolerance of sexual harassment. The company denied the charges, but combined with weaker performance of Call of Duty and Overwatch, Activision Blizzard's stock price fell and made it a ripe takeover target. That prompted a deal of the century for gaming. I spoke with Kotick about the acquisition.
I fucking hate this picture.
This dude's face. This is pure evil in the gaming industry.
It's that scene from Step Brothers where it's like something about your face.
I don't know what it is.
I just want to fucking punch you.
I just want to hit you so bad right now.
Like, I'll do whatever it takes. No, you're doing
So,
great. It's your fucking face.
Here's an edited transcript of our interview. Why is it edited?
Stop editing shit.
So why do the deal?
He
Why
probably
is this?
threatened to kill the interviewer.
So GameSpeed, I will have you fucking slaughtered and your whole family cooked alive if you fucking talk about what I really say.
I will boil your teeth. Okay.
So GamesBeat says, why do the deal? Why is this a good time to sell? And why is it a good price as well? Bobby Kotick says, the most important is, it's funny, you and I were talking about AI last time. As you look at the increased competition between Tencent and NetEase and Sony,
The fuck
and now
is NetEase?
NetEase, I think they're also another mobile company. Oops. So, and Sony, now you have Google and Amazon and Apple and Facebook and Microsoft and Netflix. We're looking at over the course of the next couple years and starting to realize that we need thousands of people to be able to execute against our production plans. We need them in disciplines like AI, machine learning, or data analytics, or in purpose-built cloud cybersecurity. And we just don't have. And that competition for that talent is expensive and really hard to come by. So he's basically chalking this up to the market's getting more competitive. We need to partner with more tech giants to stay competitive. That's what he's saying. Even though we see through the bullshit, Bobby. We see through it.
He's also not lying.
He's not lying, but to say that this is the reason why
no, I know.
is not. That's fucking sure. Could it be part of the reason why? Absolutely. Is this the only reason why? No. It's because your company is failing because y'all's inability to act when it comes to shit like workplace harassment and misconduct.
Yeah, why do you think that kind of talent is so hard and expensive to come by?
Because everyone's leaving.
Because no one wants to work for you.
No one wants to be there.
He's taking his cake of lies and he's like, I'm gonna put a
little bit of icing on top of
I'm
that.
gonna put an icing of truth on here.
Yeah, a little icing of truth on top of my cake of bullshit. Anyway. So, and also, we're starting to think about all these skills that we need and we don't have, and we're really necessary, and realize that we should be thinking about ways to get that talent. I don't know, Bobby.
Don't sexually harass
Here's an
them.
idea. Why don't you nip sexual harassment in the butt while it's there?
I don't
and
think
maybe
he should
your
be
fucking
nipping anything.
Maybe
in the
your
butt.
talent will stay.
Maybe
That's probably where
maybe his secretary.
That's probably how he got
Maybe.
here. Was nipping things in the
We
butt.
haven't heard from her since.
She is probably dead, honestly.
He's the last person that should be nipping people in the butt.
So he's talking about like we need to get more talent in here. Like you had talent, they're leaving by the droves, man. Like
Well, it's the fact that
they're starting
even
a union.
Microsoft, like even Microsoft is like, hey, so once Bobby's gone, we're gonna have to fire and get rid of every single person in the board of directors. We're gonna have to go through the entire company.
It's gonna be a
and
leadership
delouse
overhaul.
the whole thing and be like, well, now that we burn it to the ground, and now that they probably spent a lot more money than they probably should have on Activision.
Well, here's the thing:
now they're
they
gonna
can
be like,
afford
well,
to do
shit.
that.
What's that?
They can afford
No,
to do
no,
that.
and they totally can. I'm just saying that like this is a lot of effort and a lot of bullshit that they're gonna have to go through. So let's say you need more people to work for Activision, right? So now you're gonna have a huge fucking issue of you good
The light's casting a strange shadow on him.
and
Well, it just makes it look weird.
I mean he already looks.
I was
weird.
born
it's a
this
lost
way.
cause.
He was like complaining. He's like, "I look really white." I'm like, "Because you are really white."
It's racist.
There's
That
no
was the
fucking way.
biggest fucking.
There's no
fail.
fucking way.
That was the biggest.
What a
fucking fail.
weird. Where did I hit the spring?
Yeah,
Right
hit
here.
the spring.
So anyway, let's get back to it.
But yeah, no, it's just the idea that they're gonna have to take a lot of effort. Like, and don't get me wrong, that's probably why they're like, hey, they got to rethink the production of all the games now, is because they're gonna have to go back through it and somehow ensure the people who are still part of Activision that they should stay part of Activision, or they have to go through, get rid of a ton of employees, interview and do everything with everyone, and then try to ensure new people who are going to come in as talent that, hey, no, you can come to Activision now. It's actually okay to work for.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, don't get me wrong, and you're right. Microsoft can totally afford it. It's just the idea this is going to be a huge pain in the ass.
Well, I was going to say, I honestly feel like this whole thing is going to incentivize people to come back.
And I don't know, because then what happens? And I know, I mean, I guess we've seen what happens, but like, what happens if they don't fix it? Then you're going to have the exact same problem again.
I don't know if I trust Microsoft in appointing leadership, because they have a lot of things that tend to fail, and then they just don't tell you about it.
Apparently not. If they're worth so much that they can just, fucking dump
Well, that's
out
why they
money
can just
like
let
this.
it fail and it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the same with like Microsoft and Sony though. Like,
What was their
they're
streaming
both
platform?
so big and they're involved in so much other shit that just because, how about this? You could take away everything to do with the Xbox, take Microsoft out of gaming completely, and they would still be a damn profitable company to be, to work for.
Facts upon
So-
facts upon facts.
What was their
okay.
streaming service?
Who, Microsoft streaming service? Mixer?
Yeah, that's what it was.
The one that failed. Anyway, so let's get back at it. So, what do you say? This is an acknowledgement and recognition, and then Satya, Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, and Phil Spencer, and I have had conversations over many, many years and bigger things that we could do together. After Phil Spencer said he wanted you to leave.
Does Phil have a mustache?
No.
I feel like he should.
He probably should. You're thinking of Dr. Phil. And so when Phil called, it happened to be at the time we were getting ready to start our long-range planning process and realizing that these were going to be issues and challenges. We had the discussion. Phil and I know each other well, and we have great relationship. I doubt that, dude. I doubt that you have a great relationship.
He told everyone that you were supposed to be fired.
He basically said you should leave, and we have a great relationship. Yeah. Bet.
I want you to leave so bad I bought the whole company.
Yes. And the company has had a great relationship. When you start
like when Trump is like, we're doing great, everybody loves me.
We're not going to talk about that. And when you start to think about all the skills we need, all the resources we need, and what they have, it made a lot of sense. When they originally called, we said that we would think about it. And then they made this offer that was incredibly attractive at 45% premium over the stock price.
It was almost double.
It was. And I think it just made a lot of sense. And so the more we spent time thinking about how it would work and what would happen, what resources were available, they clearly were the best partner. So GamesBeat asked,
Random Call of Duty picture.
and was the sexual harassment investigations a factor in this? As it certainly seemed to affect the stock price. And I can't wait to hear his dumbass response on this.
What? No. I mean,
No, not even a little bit. So Kotick says, I think what affected the stock price more than that is pushing out Overwatch and Diablo. And then I think people started to see that this year's Call of Duty wasn't performing as well. Hold the fucking phone, bro.
those are true things, yes, but
That isn't why.
100%, yeah.
That isn't why. No, Call of Duty didn't perform, so our stocks dropped. No, that is not what happened. The state of California is suing you over these fucking problems. And, then it's come out that you were also, like, part of the problem. And everybody that works there has been saying this shit.
Other companies have been asking you to get to be removed.
Dude, people have been asking for years for this motherfucker to be gone. And he's like saying, well, you know what? Call of Duty didn't really perform how we wanted to. I wonder why. Why didn't Call of Duty perform how you wanted to? I don't know.
Because
maybe you fucked off for years and you fucking released a dog shit game.
Well, because half their fucking staff were either drunk, intoxicated, being harassed, or harassing people. No one was working on the fucking game.
Yes.
And, everyone who did work on the games were like, dude, fuck this shit, I'm leaving.
Not even just that, but all the other things that Activision, they focused on the fucking store versus the damn game itself. All these problems that Call of Duty still has
Facts.
to this day. People are fucking sick and tired of Warzone now because it's not getting any better.
Yeah, their numbers are pretty high.
They're pretty bad. I've seen
They're still
multiple content creators that I know personally that have been nothing but Call of Duty streamers since day one quitting. You got the Call of Duty League falling apart.
But you know what doesn't matter? Those people. We've talked about it before.
You know,
They're not the money makers.
No, they're not the money makers, but that's not the thing. The thing is he's talking about how that is why the stocks fell. And it's like, you mean to tell me that your stocks fell because the Call of Duty was going really shitty, and not for the fact that all these allegations came out and the day that it came out, your stocks dropped. That wasn't, that's not a factor, you fucking moron. Let's continue.
Yeah, because he's totally going to admit that the fact that that he's letting the company go to shit isn't.
I know, my failure to lead. So I think certainly the California Department of Fair Employment, we'll call it the CDFE, whatever the fuck, filing the Wall Street Journal article contributed to that, but stocks go up and down for a variety of reasons. I think our view was that at $95 a share in all cash. It's a really great deal for he's like fucking just kind of like changing the subject as this goes, right? He basically said that like Call of Duty didn't perform. He thinks that this might have been a little bit of a factor, but then he just quick circles back to the whole fucking it was a good deal. It was a good deal. You fucking douchebag. So GamesBeat, I assume there are going to be antitrust questions here. How do you address that? And how's this good for consumers? And does your content stay on all platforms?
God, I hate multifaceted questions.
So do I. He says, I think that was an important part of the discussions. With Microsoft, most of the content they create has nothing to do with gaming. They're on every device with a microprocessor and display.
Not iPhones.
Not on iPhones. And I think that they have no mobile business. For them,
What?
they don't have like a mobile gaming platform. They don't have like a mobile business outside of like Android, I guess. So for them, King is a very complimentary thing. We all realize that gaming over the next 5 years is going to be more on phones than on any other devices. No, it's not.
No, yeah, I highly doubt.
So I think you guys are thinking of mobile gaming, and you're tying it just to the phone, and you're not looking at the word.
Are you talking about like the Steam Deck and shit?
That's mobile gaming.
Technically, yes, but that's run by Steam.
I understand.
First, aside from phones, what other mobile devices do Activision games go on?
Wii. Oh, not Wii. Sorry.
So
The
how-
Switch?
how-
Yeah, I was thinking Switch.
What?
He's over here going to criticize our definition of mobile and then throws out a fucking console name.
No, but I'm saying mobile. The Switch
Right.
is mobile.
Technically, yes.
I understand, but
Like the PSP, that was mobile. We're only looking at the word mobile and tying it.
Well,
our phones.
So here's the thing with Steam Deck. Steam Deck only works with Steam. You can't get it on. You can't go to the fucking
For-
battle.net.
for now. Yeah, but a lot of those games are Microsoft though.
A lot of those games are Microsoft, but Activision games are solely on battle.net.
I think only Call of Duty is.
Right, the biggest one. So you're not going to be playing Call of Duty on fucking Steam Deck
I'm just saying.
unless it goes on Steam. So you can only access your Steam library on that thing.
All I'm saying is it's more than just phones, and especially as things are developing. I'm just saying the Steam Deck in its example is an example of how mobile gaming is changing, because we're able to play all the shit that we were only ever able to do on a PC, on a console, stationary in one location. Now we're able to take damn near all those games with us on the fucking go.
yeah, but like, I don't know. I still don't.
So that's what I
think it's a
mean.
limited market.
That's what I mean by like it's getting more and more.
You were going to do a shot of this before we leave.
I'm not.
I think you will like this.
We'll see.
It's Screwball.
Just tell him it tastes like toothpaste. He'll fucking drink it.
Do you like peanut butter?
Who eats toothpaste?
Do you like peanut butter?
You clearly don't remember the reference.
Do you like peanut butter?
Sometimes.
This is peanut butter whiskey. It tastes like peanut butter. It literally just tastes like peanut butter.
Okay.
He doesn't do shots. I mean, like he did a shot of Fireball. I'm sorry. We did a shot of Fireball for the New Year's thing, and he drank half of the bottle, and he was like, "Do you want the rest of this? Because I can't do shots."
I said I don't like shots.
Yeah, you don't like
I still have
shots.
zero shame.
It's fucking Fireball. You're basically drinking Big Red gum.
Okay.
That's not. It doesn't taste like liquor. It tastes like gum.
Yeah, that is fair. That's very true.
Anyway,
Be pressured. Don't give in to the peer pressure, people.
so let's see, where were we?
Don't be like Hope.
I think that they have given us the repeated assurances that our content will be available on as many devices as possible.
So we don't know.
We don't know. And I think it was really important for us. They'll drive the bus, obviously, on the antitrust issues. I think the thing is obvious to me is that when you look at the competition, whether it's Tencent, NetEase, or Alibaba, who the fuck is Alibaba?
We just random ass companies now.
Or Sony or Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook, Netflix, and you start looking at like the second part of the competition and content, you realize whether it's Roblox or Minecraft or the variety of other sort of platforms that are becoming available for content creators, I think it's more competition than we've ever seen. What does that have to do with antitrust? Nothing.
Of course, he
also-
answered that. He kicked that can right down the road to Microsoft.
He
Said, no,
honestly,
they'll
so
take
I
care of
think
that
it.
shit.
I think it's really important for us. They'll drive the bus, obviously, on the antitrust issues. I think the thing that is obvious to me is that when you look at competition, like, wow, cool, dude. And if honestly, I could not be a guy interviewing this dude. I'd be like, way to fucking backtrack on that, dude. Anyway, so he said it's a reality that started to factor in our thinking. There's more competition. I don't care what you say anymore. There's a little irony in. So GamesBeat says there's a little irony in, I guess, interpreting what you're saying. It almost feels like Activision Blizzard was too small. Kotick says it's true. I think like you think, oh, we're this big company and have just these great resources. But when you're comparing us to, $2 trillion companies and $3 trillion companies and $1 trillion companies and $500 billion companies, you realize we may have been a big company in video gaming, but now when you look at the landscape of who the competitors are, it's a different world today than ever before.
That's a good point.
It is a good point, but I'm not going to take a side. So the GamesBeat says, I wonder what the combined company will be capable of doing. Is there a metaverse play here? We're going to touch on the metaverse. Or are there other things for people to consider? Phil and I have always been aligned about this. What really is the metaverse? It's not like Neil Stephenson's snow crash vision.
What?
I don't know what that is either. It's an evolutionary vision of a collection of players, and I think players are going to be the definition of characteristic of the metaverse. It's a community of players anchoring in the franchise, and those communities anchored in some bigger virtual experience allows you to have either access to your friends or access to their content. I don't like talking about metaverse anymore. It's just dumb. So, GameSpeed, what do you think of reporting to Phil? What might you think about doing next once the deal is done? And is retirement one of your thoughts? This is an interesting question.
No.
Right now, my focus is just staying CEO and running the business. I think you probably tell from this stock price there's still a long way between now and getting a deal approved, and all the regulatory issues. So I'm still going to be the first focus on running the business. What I told Microsoft is that I care so much about this company that whatever role they want me to have in making sure we integrate the business and we get a proper and smooth transition, I'm willing to do. However much time that takes, it's a month after the close. If it's a year after that, I just care that the transition goes well. Reporting to Phil is an easy thing to do. He's a great guy, and we have a great relationship, and if I have to do that, I'm happy to do that. All I care is making sure that the transition and the integration go well. I like how he says that he cares about the company. I care about this company.
He cares about their money.
He cares about the company and the money. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody else except the company and the board.
It's in the wording. It's you care about the company, not the people that run the company.
Correct. It does sound like you still have enthusiasm for the job, GameSpeed says. Kotick responds with, I mean, like, I come to work every day as excited as I was. I mean, we have a lot going on right now. That's an understatement. I have a few set of responsibilities, my focus on the workplace, and my principal focus is making sure that when you think about the part of why I'm so committed to this welcoming, inclusive workplace, he throws these words out like, like it's going to matter, is when you think about companies that have defining characteristics that are going to help attract talent. If that were so true, people wouldn't be leaving.
The way you word it was wrong. You put the comma in the wrong place.
I don't give a fuck. Having a really welcoming, inclusive workplace will be a defining characteristic of the culture of a company and increasingly competitive talent environment that will ensure that we'll have access to great talent. And so independent or not thought, it's an important part to think of what I will allow us to attract talent. Why are we talking about attracting talent, dude?
Because he's losing it.
I know. He's losing it like left and right. So he said, you've had a few months of tough coverage, a lot of tough words from the Wall Street Journal. What was some of the learning from this experience you've had?
Just saying, commas save lives, man.
Okay, so how about this? So a lot of tough words from the Wall Street Journal. What was some of the learning from this experience that you've had? From my perspective, if you had one single incident of harassment at your company, that's one too many. And you don't want to ever have an environment where people don't feel safe and comfortable and respected. And so with the EEOC started their investigation, where it was like 3 years ago now, that was the catalyst for us to start thinking about how do you change and transform the culture to making sure that you do have the most safe, welcoming, inclusive culture. It's a priority for me to make sure that we have the very best workplaces. Interesting reaction.
It's a priority.
I wonder, is there anything that you think will benefit from Call of Duty from this? I'm sure it's the number one thing Call of Duty fans and people like me who are Warzone players are worried about.
Shut up. I already don't like this fucking interviewer.
I know. He said, I would probably say the biggest thing is the AI machine learning, ultimate access to the talent. And that's one of our big needs. For the long term, we could have a real streaming Call of Duty experience that's going to be critically important.
You basically just told me nothing.
That was the weirdest non-answer I've ever seen. So, let's talk about Bobby and what he did for damage control when it came to the fucking image of Activision and himself after games journalists.
I don't think it was anything.
We've been talking about Bobby.
There's going to be a lot of articles on Bobby and all the weird shenanigans he's been doing that kind of just
shenanigans.
all that will highlight all the things that he said in this interview to be bullshit. if you thought that us were just having an opinion on the fact that what he's saying is bullshit, actions speak louder than words, my friends. Actions speak louder than words.
Well,
I feel like there was not as much in there.
There's
as
about
what
a
you
quarter
made
of a
that
bottle.
I don't
drink out to
believe
be.
that there's
I'm gonna
quarter
need
of a
more
bottle.
beer. I'm gonna
Yeah.
need more beer.
I feel like there was way less in there than you made that drink seem it was.
I'm gonna need more beer. Why don't you have a discussion amongst yourselves while I go get myself another beverage? Would you like one too?
Yes.
Can I get some water?
You want water?
Do you have energy drinks?
No.
Damn it, never mind.
He
Yeah,
only
I'll take water.
accepts Rippets. Apparently,
I-
everything
that's
else
the
Rippets-
top.
too pure.
That's the
for
top
him.
of the fucking shelf for me.
No, Rippets are at the same
Rippets
level
are
as
top
Venom.
shelf energy
False.
drinks for him.
Rippets are the exact same
Don't you
quality as Venom.
dare
Get the fuck out of here. Worth
disrespect.
99 cents. Get out of here.
You know why you don't appreciate Rippets?
Why?
Because you've only been in a hospital.
You have. Okay.
Let me guess. Are you referring to your time with the fleet?
I don't like it when you say that.
What he's saying is
Why?
he thinks that because
I think a
he's been
soldier saying
abused,
fleet just sounds weird.
and because your
It's-
asshole
it
is
feels
more
weird
hateful
saying
than
it.
anyone else is here does not mean that you would want to enjoy a Rippet more than another energy drink. Get out of here.
There's a lot of Marines that say differently.
Yeah, you mean the Marines who can't
Put your
think
mouth
for
in the
themselves
microphone.
Anyway? Nah. I won't believe
It's
them.
the crayons.
How about
It's the
this?
cra-
It's not their
Y'all
fault.
have this weird debate amongst yourselves.
It's not
I'm gonna
their
get a
fault.
beer for
It's
me.
not their fault.
I'm gonna get a beer
I
for
didn't
me.
say it was their fault.
I'm gonna get both of us a beer. I'm
Cool.
gonna get you a water because you gonna need it tonight.
You gonna need it.
You gonna need it, bro.
I feel like I'm gonna get raped tonight, guys.
You're not gonna get
This is
raped
not what
tonight.
we said.
That's not what
That's
we
what
said.
that's what Bobby Kotick
You said you want to
too.
get Lydia as a titty. You said you want to get Lydia as a titty. All I gotta say is like whatever happens after you and Stephanie
This
leave.
is not going down a good road.
Whatever happens after you and Stephanie leave is not my responsibility anymore. My responsibility is to make sure you get to your car safe
Lord.
and that Stephanie leaves with you safely. Whatever happens after that, if you are blackout drunk, that is, that's a lot of responsibility I'm throwing on Stephanie's shoulders. I feel really bad about that.
We're just gonna be passing that buck along there. Whatever.
If he dies, he dies.
I read
Yeah.
a comment. 777 Militia said that Rippets are responsible for the deaths of many bearded dudes.
Six times. I don't know.
Yeah, this would be number 6 now.
You know what? I don't give a fuck, okay? Listen, I'm just looking at it here and there. I'm not like just concentrating on the chat like I did that one time. Stop playing with the sage.
I can't help it.
Alicia
you put it in
Alicia
front of me
is like
and-
Alicia was even asking, she's like, was someone touching my sage?
I'm sorry, it's like right in front of me. It's really hard not to. But
Someone
but no,
touching my sage.
I can't help it because you keep addressing the chat every time. That one wasn't even talking to you.
He's not wrong.
He was making a general statement.
It's funny that you can
I'll be
read
right
the
back.
chat,
Look-
but you can't read the articles. Really?
Hey. Hey. Hey.
I can't.
Anyway, you guys have your little sidebar.
Tonight's gonna be a fun night.
I'm gonna give you.
I can
I'm
feel
gonna
it.
go get you guys beverages.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
There's so much pressure.
Nah.
Well,
I am so worried about him after,
Here we are.
after this. Yeah, no. A lot of concern for Brock,
why?
I mean, his body's failing him, failing health. He can't fucking read.
Can't get an appointment.
You can't get an
Just
appointment.
cancel on him. He's getting paid for it though.
No, he is. He is. I'm also still really pissed off that
Annie's going to school.
with him going to school now.
I know he started kindergarten. That's so good.
Well,
I'm proud of him.
maybe in a couple of years he'll be able to read the articles, no problem.
I'm not confident.
Well, I mean he did serve in the army, so
Yeah, maybe that's what his classes are. They're reading classes.
I hope they're fucking reading classes.
He's got a tutor.
I know we joke about it a lot, but he fucks up reading a lot.
I'm glad I haven't seen his writing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him write anything down.
I've never seen him sign his name.
I don't even know if he knows how.
We can find this out.
We could. What's your
I'm
plan?
eager. I don't think he knows how to do the Discord thing. I think it's like gonna be a while before I'm on another episode.
Oh, why you say that?
I'm still gonna post in the group chat.
Yeah.
And be like, "You figured out the Discord thing yet? Have you figured it out yet?"
Probably not.
He says he has.
Oh, really?
Says he has. I'm gonna be like a month into Norfolk and be like, so
Did you figure it
am
out?
I just like dead on the podcast now?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I hope everybody is happy to see you one last time because I don't know
Hey.
what kind of progress he's made on that.
We're saying that I
Thank you.
don't believe that I'm ever gonna get to be on another episode.
That's not true. You are gonna actually. You are actually going to be pretty. It's going to be pretty important for you after you're gone because you were going to be my first digital trial run.
Nice.
Like
So,
we figured that.
like we're
but,
like I'm gonna make my adjustments and my tweaks, and then you're gonna be there. Like we're gonna try to get this all set up, me and you. So like when we actually do video calls for like the episodes, like it's gonna be important that you are on a digital episode. Just because you won't be on every episode
Yeah, that's fine.
doesn't mean that you're not gonna be on some.
I'm not on every
So-
episode now.
So like right now, what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna have a. You're not gonna be technically a guest, but I'm actually gonna talk to Chris about being.
demoted.
Well, I'm gonna talk to Chris about being the first digital guest. So, but I need you. Like you and I are gonna be working through the technical shit first, before I put Chris on.
But
Is
I
that
thought
what
you
you're
already
going to
found
school
out.
for?
I thought you already found it out. Like,
No, I haven't done like a recording with the Discord video and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and like getting the audio from that call recorded on with it either. So you and I are gonna run this trial run. I'm gonna do like a recording test with you, and I want to get with Chris about doing it. Also, I want to try to get Rocco Vargas on here.
Who's that?
You
I know the name, but
You guys don't know who Rocco? Here,
I know the name.
not offhand.
Oh, we were discussing while you were gone that we're really proud that you're going to school to be a better reader now.
Do you know how to write?
Oh, I write better than I read.
I mean, the bar's not very high.
This is just a Rose Rock day.
Well then, all right. So
I mean, he set himself up for it. It's like the day that he got mad at us for initially bringing it up, but he kept fucking it up. And then he kept fucking it up again, this time by continuously,
When he says at the
talking to
beginning,
the chat. Like,
I'm not
fuck.
going to talk to chat. We're not going to talk to you guys. We'll interact with you in the end. 6 times later.
Someone makes a general statement in the chat. Just addresses it.
why are all these pictures of
Showing me a
Rocco
picture
so
isn't going to help
fucking-
me.
What do you mean showing you a picture isn't going to fucking help you?
I've seen the picture that you're
He's in the
putting up
show
there.
Mayans, for starters.
I don't know that show.
So if any of you guys are out there are fans of the show Mayans, why is this photo so fucking small? I don't want his IMDb. I want him.
That is him!
No, I mean I want a larger photo of him.
We
So-
trying to find a cock photo? What the fuck?
No, I'm just trying to find a better photo. So this is Rocco.
Fail.
This is Rocco Vargas. You don't recognize him?
But yeah, I got nothing.
Not offhand.
Do you watch the show Mayans?
No.
What about fucking Matt Best?
I don't know about
You know
those.
Matt Best, right?
Yeah.
You remember when he had his whole like the Black Rifle Coffee thing? This dude,
Well, he still has Black
you know
Rifle
that
Coffee.
following
Yeah.
him and like and all of it in veteran, like he's the fucking the face of veteran.
Hmm.
You really don't recognize this? It's on our goddamn jerseys.
No, I don't recognize him.
How don't you recognize him?
I don't stalk his Instagram.
But like
page
in
or
the
anything.
veteran world, he's like a very popular guy, and he's even on TV and
I
shit.
believe it. There's people that don't know who Donnie O'Malley is now, but
I mean, Donnie O'Malley, I understand, but this guy is like literally on national television on FX.
you understand. See, we're at the opposite spectrums here.
I'm not on the spectrum at all. What are you talking about?
That's not true. You joined the army.
Yeah, so Rocco, dude, I can't believe you don't. We literally fucking.
I don't know how many pictures you're gonna think showing me of this
Yeah.
guy
Well, Chris
is gonna
literally-
change my fucking mind.
Like following all his socials and stuff is one of the fucking things you have to do for the PC giveaway. Have you not entered that?
I'm not eligible for the PC giveaway.
Wait, you're not? Why?
I don't think mods are.
Are you serious?
I'm pretty sure.
on the other hand, you should tell me about that PC giveaway later.
You're not verified.
And
You got to be verified and
That
to get
sucks.
to win prizes. That's
Yeah.
easy to do. All you got to do
Okay.
is like.
then why'd you say it like it was just like that's the end of it? Like,
Dude, wait, mods really can't win
Actually,
prizes.
that's not true. I think
Wait,
I might have verified
mods
you.
really can't
Yeah.
win prizes?
maybe.
I think so.
Oh.
You did this to yourself.
I didn't know this.
I mean, you gotta think about it. It would think of the backlash that would happen there. It would be like MVG.
It would be like MVG, which is another thing we'll eventually talk about because we know things.
Because it's a public tweet.
It is a public tweet, and that's how I found it. So, just saying. You know, when you have giveaways and you only give it to your fucking
That
staff.
were bigger than. Oh, and you have your green weenie title now.
I know. I got the green weenie title. I got my green weenie promotion.
Good for you.
I know.
Now he can give the.
I haven't
green
had to
weenie.
ban anybody yet because everyone beats me to it by the time I see it.
Yeah, Boiler, Twisted Fred, and them. They're like, I think they live on.
I was gonna say they must live on there because
They've got to
and
live
Campbell.
On, yeah,
well, Campbell's-
How? He's in fucking school.
Great question. I actually wondered this myself. I'm like, Campbell, how are you so fucking on Discord right now? You are in AIT. You shouldn't even have your phone right now.
Like, I don't understand.
I think it's because
Stolen valor. No,
I think it's because Campbell like isn't a school that's so long that like they have more. How it works in the Army is if you're in a school for a longer period of time than most, like for me,
you get more stuff.
You get more privileges because technically it's like you're stationed there now until your school is done.
We do the same for
So
like
it's
really
yeah,
long
it's like
schools.
it's like being in a duty station versus like you're still TRADOC. Technically, you're under TRADOC, which is training doctrine.
Nukes do the same.
Oh, nukes because their course is so goddamn long.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, the longer the course, the more privileges you have. So you get your phones, your computers. You can go off post depending on what the situation is. Apparently, with COVID, it's not the case. But you have more, freedoms. Versus me, when I went through, we couldn't even fucking dip, and I'm like, this, and because it was a 6-week program. So
Yeah, there were some weird ones when we initially went through like core school. Like
You went through course.
they changed the dipping policy near the end of the course.
No. Like, it's really weird. Like, they told us that we weren't allowed to use any like tobacco products or have any tobacco products in our room. But if at the time, I think I remember right, the Army people who were like marching around weren't allowed to have their phones, but they would like smoke and dip and do all that shit. But we couldn't do that. But we had our phones for some reason. It was just weird.
TRADOC is a strange world because rules are different everywhere you go based on the school you're at.
Well, even for us, some of the things like when you go into student status, some things are bullshit. I had to buy $170 black boots because I went back to C school.
You.
And I went down there. Even though it was funny though too, because they were telling me that I had to wear black boots so they could tell that I was a student, even though I clearly didn't have the badge that said that I was a instructor, which I thought totally would have been enough.
The combat medics out there aren't allowed to have caffeine either.
That
Like
sucks
the
for
Army
them.
combat medics
Yeah,
in their school.
the ones that are like kind of down the street from where his school is.
I don't quite know what you're
Wait,
talking about.
are you talking about
least-
Army medics?
Yeah,
Yeah, because the Navy doesn't really have medics.
Well, I know that, but I mean, like, what do you mean combat medics aren't allowed to have caffeine?
when they were, I'm pretty sure they were combat medics, but they're
Were they going through school?
yeah, that's what I meant.
That's weird. I've
Yeah.
never heard that before. That's a weird one. That if you want to talk about weird, that's a weird one. Tobacco, like whatever. Caffeine.
Because like I would go over to that side to get some of the no-dose pills to use in class, and like they were not allowed to have any of that shit.
The fuck? I've never heard that shit before. That's weird. All right, so
Who's gonna know anyways?
we're gonna talk about Bobby Kotick and his attempt to buy Kotaku and PC Gamer.
That's still so funny. Like,
What I'm saying with this whole thing right here.
yeah, like the fact that I'm just gonna buy these.
Where's this article from?
These companies.
This is from Input. This is a new one that I haven't never gone to. So inputmag.com.
Interesting.
Hold on, what does that sign say up there in the back?
Fire pedophile Bobby Kotick from Jeffrey and Epstein's Black Book. And then there's like a ledger of his from Epstein's book.
Well, shit.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
No, I mean, especially someone like Bobby Kotick. Come on, like, oh no, I'm so shocked.
We all know Epstein didn't kill himself, and Ghislaine didn't either, because we know that she's gonna hang herself.
No, they're
Yeah,
gonna
for-
find a different method.
Well, it was really weird. That woman, like they apparently in court she had like there were articles that were coming out like on Facebook, on like other like news outlets and everything like that, that she had like given out like 38 or some odd names, something like that,
And they were
of people, but they were like, but these people are going to remain anonymous for now. I was like,
that
why
was
not?
by court order, by the way.
Really?
The judge ruled that. The judge ruled that it wasn't pertinent to the case, and now it's been going to be declared a mistrial because apparently several of the fucking jurors on her case are sexual assault victims themselves, but not by Epstein, just in general.
So
that gives a bias.
So no, how does so?
Well,
her case is about
prompted the squirreling.
but like her case is about trafficking children, not necessarily sexual assault of adults.
Right.
So that's still not the same. That's like saying, so we had a couple people in the audience who don't like pedophiles, so we can't mistrial. That's not how that works.
No, it's
No.
the whole thing is weird.
Now it'd be different if it was like they had children who were trafficked by Epstein. Cool, that you're right. That is a complete I understand that's a direct correwell.
That's a bias. That is a bias.
But like just saying like, hey, we had two people who had been sexually assaulted before. That's not no.
The whole thing's weird. But
back to this pedophile.
Anyway, back to this pedophile. So the longtime CEO Activision Blizzard, Bobby Kotick, reportedly wanted to buy out gaming media outlets Kotaku and PC Gamer because they were publishing articles about him and his company that he didn't like.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm going to buy you and make you stop it. So the Wall Street Journal reported that Kotick thought acquiring the media outlets would help change the public narrative around Activision Blizzard's lawsuits surrounding the toxic workplace culture, which includes reports of alleged workplace harassment, sexual assault, and even one tragic suicide of a female employee.
Don't worry, everybody. We're willing to spend millions of dollars to buy out those companies from saying mean things about us, but we won't do shit to fix your problems.
Correct.
God.
Kotaku has reported extensively on the ongoing controversy surrounding Activision Blizzard and its CEO, calling Bobby Kotick vile and shitty to women. Similarly, PC Gamer has also covered the executive's apparent acknowledgement of alleged participation in the ongoing toxicity at the Activision Blizzard.
I thought you were going to say precipitation.
Precipitation. PC Gamer reported that Kotick still gets paid way too much, which he actually is gaming's #2 top paid CEO.
Who's number one?
Probably the dude from EA. And may have blocked the release of 700 reports of possible workplace misconduct, which Activision Blizzard denies. Of course they would. The media outlet also shared that Kotick once told an assistant he was going to have her killed. It's no surprise that Kotick considers these publications in opposition to his mission, which appears to be one centered around the suppression of news. But an ethos of suppression, undesirable truths, and silencing victims does more harm than good. The reports that Kotick tried to sweep his company's dark history under the rug by buying the whistleblowers won't solve Activision's systematic issues. The solution to terrible past events is not just to buy the free press and critiques your leadership. Ironically, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, whose company just bought Activision Blizzard, said recently that he believed Kotick held a commitment to real cultural change and is grateful for Kotick's leadership.
I mean, they have to say that.
I think that's why they said it, because they kind of have to. This feels bizarrely tone deaf considering the allegations against Kotick and the employee protest demanding Kotick's removal. There appears to be some light at the end of the tunnel, however. When the acquisition deal with Microsoft closes, Activision Blizzard will report to Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming.
Oh, that's what it is. So he's the CEO of Microsoft Gaming.
Essentially Xbox.
But not
Microsoft.
This means Kotick may be leaving Activision Blizzard, but likely won't happen until 2023.
I really just want to hear one of them say, we wanted him out of there so bad, we just bought the company, so he had to leave.
No, there's so much.
How fucking grimy though. Like, I mean, but
it also
not
makes
surprising.
me angry though that they couldn't. I also couldn't like. I'm also kind of upset though that like one of them just couldn't just say, yeah, he's a shitbag, but we wanted the company, because why not? Like I don't know. Why do we have to be nice to this guy? Like you're already paying him $69 billion. It's
because it might hurt the agreement.
Yeah.
Honestly, because I think it might be one of those clauses within the agreement that if they actively slander somebody within, like, you know, the board, that the deal is off.
Or also,
so it's one of those PR things where
it's still gross to me. It's whatever.
Because they even did say that he would remain regardless until the end of his contract, and that's all they said.
Right.
Because I think that's really what it is. Like, he's under contract so hard and so well done.
That they're just waiting for it to end.
Yeah.
So that way, yeah.
He's like so deeply embedded into Activision. He has been for 31 years, to the point where it's like getting rid of him is probably insanely impossible.
Well, we also talked.
Like,
We
getting
also
rid of
talked about
cockroaches.
even if he was getting like criminal charges, he would still come out of there like making a fuck ton of money.
Oh, and he is like
No, I mean like he would probably make more money for them trying to criminally remove him than just letting him like serve his time out. It's ridiculous.
He's got his bases covered, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's like, this is why rich and powerful people need to just die. Well, like I said, physically drag him out of the office, throw a $10 bill in his ass, and send him to the fucking bus station, because it is the only thing that's going to get him out before his time is up. Because he will not leave. He's going to stay there and milk it as long as he can, and then leave on his golden parachute and go, ha, 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 ha. And I hope he meets an untimely incident by, getting impaled by a garbage truck. Fuck that guy.
Impaled by a garbage truck.
Yeah, you know how they have like the two forks to like pick up the dumpsters?
Yeah, fuck that guy. And I hope they scoop him up and throw him in there, and he just goes off into the wind with the rest of the trash. Fuck you, Bobby. Fuck you. I don't normally advocate for violence, which is not true. I do. But
Commonly
commonly advocate for violence. I'm not saying go into the place and start blasting everybody. I'm just saying Bobby Kotick needs to be fucking removed forcefully. I guess the real term I mean there is he needs that little bit of nudge of inspiration to leave, because he's not going to just do it. And he even said, if I can't change things in a timely manner, I'm going to leave. Liar. You're a liar. Anyway.
Oh yeah, because so much is different.
A lot of things are so different.
Well, no, not true. I mean, he did try to buy up companies.
No, he did.
Yeah.
He tried to buy Kotaku and PC Gamer, so, yeah.
Real efforts.
Anyway, Bobby Kotick reportedly turned up late and left early from a meeting meant to reassure employees.
I mean, who hasn't shown up late and then left early?
Well, this was actually kind of important, and here's why.
Tit for tat.
All the fear and anger felt is still tied up in Bobby Kotick and what harm he will inflict until the torch is passed to Microsoft. So Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick reportedly turned up late and left early from a fireside chat meeting that was meant to reassure employees of Activision Blizzard about the future. As reported by the Washington Post, the meeting, which was scheduled to the last half an hour, was billed as a fireside chat, allegedly only lasted 16 minutes after Kotick himself turned up 7 minutes late and finished the meeting early.
What's a fireside chat?
I don't know. Is this it?
So it's kind of a euphemism of saying like, a lot of people from back in the day.
A last minute thing?
No. So a lot of times when presidents, politicians, authority figures used to send out news, they would send it by radio, right? So in a house before things like TV and shit,
They were sitting by a fireplace.
yeah, you would sit by a fireplace, have a talk, right? That's where you would usually entertain guests if you were going to socialize with them. That's where a lot of people would sit by when they were listening to the radio. So there's a lot of presidents who would call it fireside chats. I want to say Teddy Roosevelt or FDR had things like that. I don't remember which one.
So
I'm
what
probably
is it then?
wrong. It's kind of like
It's a remote meeting.
so yes, it is a remote meeting, but it's kind of like supposed to be a homey, inviting meeting to people for things to be accepting, because you're supposed to be comfortable.
It's more casual.
Yeah, and that's what it's for. So
How do you know that?
what?
Why do you know that?
Because I'm educated and cultured.
Like the
I'm
history.
a college
That's like one of those.
I am not.
That's like one of those random facts that you see
You
like
were.
on like those meme pages, and you're like, oh, that's cool, and never forget it.
Yeah. All right,
And then you
so-
go to a test somewhere, and you're like, information that I should know, and I know nothing.
So, Kotick reportedly discussed a number of points during the meeting, including the future of the company as it prepares to begin life under Microsoft and the CEO's own status within the company. Sources told the Washington Post that they'd become suspicious over the potential layoffs after Kotick told those in attendance that the transition is going to be smooth because Microsoft is committed to trying to retain as many of our people as possible. That's not foreboding at all. We're going to try to retain as many
I
people
feel
as
like if it was anyone other than Bobby Kotick saying that shit, we probably would be like, "Oh, cool, awesome."
Well, I mean, it's hard to say. It's just it goes against this whole like we need to find more talent, so we're going to get rid of the talent that's here because layoffs. So during the meeting, Kotick reiterated that he would remain as the CEO of the company throughout the transitional process for as long as Microsoft needed him afterward. Which is, he essentially said, this is actually what he said. This is a company that I've now been here for 31 years, and there's nothing more important to me other than my children and this company, Kotick
He's literally
said.
been there my entire life.
So,
Yes.
I like to point out that he says, this is a company that I've now been here for 31 years, and there's nothing more important to me other than my children and this company.
No, than this company.
And this company.
No, it's a
Other
than.
other
It says
than,
than.
He says, there's nothing
Other
more
than my children, than this.
There's
company.
nothing more important to me other than my children than this company. Not y'all, this company. It's the wording.
No, okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yes, now you see what I'm saying? He said nothing is more important, aside from his children, than Activision. And that does not include the employees, clearly. So,
I don't think it's the company. I think it's the company's money.
money, money,
He
money, money,
clearly
money,
doesn't
money.
give a shit about it.
So, I could tell you that my commitment to the company is to remain in my role. Once the deal closes, what I've committed to Microsoft is I will stay as long as necessary to ensure that we have a great integration and great transition.
We've already been down this road.
I honestly think that this is his way of saying he doesn't know what the fuck's going to happen after this is done.
Come on, he knows.
He knows. He's out. He's just not saying it.
He's not stupid.
One employee who wished to remain anonymous allegedly told Washington Post after the fireside meeting that they were optimistic over the deal with Microsoft, but remained wary of Kotick. All the fear and anger that is felt still tied up in Bobby Kotick, and what harm he will inflict until the torch is passed to Microsoft, the Blizzard employee said. He likened Activision to be as important as his children, and I feel like he will not let go of it. With no mention of the strike, the lawsuit, or any other continuing issues, there may as well have not been a Q&A at all. We could read a press release and slept an extra 15 minutes. Over the past 12 months, the shareholders, employees, and members of the ABK Workers Alliance alike have called for Kotick's resignation after a report claimed that the CEO knew about the sexual assault harassment allegations, but did not disclose the information for the company's board, among other allegations. Following the announcement of Microsoft's intention to acquire Activision Blizzard, the ABK Workers Alliance stated that it would continue to demand Kotick's resignation. Of course, why wouldn't you? For more news surrounding Activision Blizzard, be sure to not listen to this. Listen to us.
The worst plug ever.
I know.
That could have been so.
No.
That could have been done so much better.
You're right. It could have been, but I'm so sorry. So, yeah, he basically, like that employee said, they could have just read this in in an article.
Email. Yeah.
In an email or something. There
I've
was
been
no,
to so many.
it was this is the most fucking nonsensical thing that we had to do. We could have just been on carrying on with our lives and not had to be part of this stupid fucking meeting that we know you don't care about, Is something important?
No, this is a random number.
Someone calling you?
Yeah.
Answer it.
No.
Put it on speaker.
We're not doing that.
Put it on speaker.
Why?
I don't answer random phone numbers.
Answer, put it on speaker. And if it's a real person, we'll just, start yelling. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Hey, what? Hey, we responded to random Snapchats when I was single.
Yeah, but that's because she was trying to get you to pay for her premium Snapchat.
That's true.
Yeah, you missed a lot.
Got those internet hoes.
Oh, fantastic.
When I was single before it was right after I met Alicia.
I'm sorry, it was right after?
No, it wasn't right after I met. It was when I matched with her, but me and her were not really talking. We were just, I was kind of, maybe it was before. I don't remember.
Definitely before.
Was it before?
Because you guys went out shortly after talking.
That's true. We did. So this was before I met Alicia. This chick on Snapchat, messaged me, and I guess it was a match that I got on fucking Tinder or something.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I forgot what she said, but it was weird. It was super weird. And I was
Okay.
and oh no, she sent me a tit photo, and I sent her a photo of me and him, just what? I forgot. I said something stupid, and then
I bet.
she responded with and it was very robotic responses. So it was clearly a bot.
Yeah.
and it was just like I was not playing into it, but I was like acting confused and like, but what the fuck did I say? This isn't funny anymore because I don't remember what I said. But I did say something funny.
Dropping the ball.
I dropped the ball.
The Snapchat was funny though.
The Snapchat was funny. It was funny. Any whore.
She pretty much was.
That chick was a
Any
whore.
Yeah.
A super whore. Anyway, so Activision Blizzard boss Bobby Kotick expected to leave once Microsoft deal closes.
I like
according
how they worded that. Boss.
Activision Blizzard's controversial boss Bobby Kotick is expected to head out the door once Microsoft's groundbreaking takeover bid goes through.
You know why they did it that way?
Why?
It's boss versus leader.
That's true. So that's according to Wall Street Journal sources via Fresh Report tonight. The question of whether Kotick would leave has remained officially unanswered, though the vague wording of statements from Xbox boss Phil... they just don't know how to say CEO. Because
Well,
No, I'm
shit.
just disappointed.
Well, shit.
They were doing so well, and then they just
Phil Spencer this afternoon seemed to suggest Kotick would only stick around to see with the company's transition period.
I gave you a chance, Eurogamer. And
Yeah.
you fucking failed me.
Sources told Wall Street Journal that Activision Blizzard and Microsoft had agreed Kotick would depart once the takeover bid was finalized. Both companies have said the deal was expected to be done by June 2023.
I wonder if that's when his contract ends.
It is. His contract ends in March 2023.
Oh, okay.
So, Bobby Kotick will continue to serve as CEO of Activision Blizzard, and his team will remain their focus on driving efforts to further strengthen the company's culture and accelerate business growth. A Microsoft spokesperson said via press release earlier, once the deal closes, the Activision Blizzard business will report to Phil Spencer, CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Now, I want to add something here. If they decide to renew Bobby Kotick's contract, which I don't think they'll do for lots of reasons, this will be like scorch the earth type scenario here, where it's like everybody in gaming will revolt. I see Microsoft stock going down. I see a lot of problems if they say we've decided to keep Bobby Kotick on as the head of Activision, running Activision. People, it would be so fucking bad. This is why I don't believe that he will stay. The amount of backlash Microsoft will see if they keep him around will be astronomical. It would be crazy.
Yeah, but Microsoft will actually care.
Microsoft will actually care.
Yeah.
They'll get rid of him. They'll tell him, like, your contract's up, man. We're not renewing it. And if they decide...
Well, we're hoping that anyway.
Putting a lot of faith in a massive corporation.
I am putting a lot of faith in a massive corporation, but it's also a massive corporation that has succeeded without him. They can still succeed without him. In fact, they would fail with him if they kept him. Because it would be it would be a PR nightmare. It would be a huge PR nightmare. They would lose so much. Like, they would lose so much goodwill. They would lose... Everybody would fucking hate Microsoft after that. Like, there's no way they could keep him after this. Once that deal closes, his fate is fucking sealed. He's gone. He's not staying. There's no way. But I'm saying if they do decide to keep him around, there's going to be problems. Massive problems.
I'm not opposing you on this.
But I do predict that they're going to push him out. Anyway.
I have no opposition.
So, Microsoft Eurogamer has contacted Microsoft for further comment. Kotick has become a widely disliked figure within the Activision Blizzard and across video games industry after numerous... Yeah, we already said this. We know. His exit from Activision Blizzard, likely with a substantial departing payout, may not have been how many would have hoped he would leave, but if tonight's report is correct, he will at least be gone. So he might be getting a golden parachute, but at least the parasite is gone.
See, people think that...
You would think, yeah.
I think people are putting a lot of faith in getting rid of one person, and they have no idea who would replace them or how bad they could be.
I propose of nothing. Here's how much Activision Blizzard is to pay Kotick if he is terminated as a result of a change of control in the company per his employee agreement. Let's look. And we are going to open this tweet. We're going to open this image. So here it is. Okay, so the potential payments upon termination of or change of control to Robert Kotick. Let me actually put the display in front of all of our cameras so that everyone can see it. So, Robert Kotick.
We've looked at this before.
We have, but for the purpose of this, we're going to do it again. So death, he's going to get $252 million. Disability, $253 million. Let's see. Termination by Activision for cause, $264,000. So if he were to fuck up and get fired, for a legitimate reason, he'd only get like $250,000. Termination by Activision Blizzard without cause or termination by employee for good reason. Okay. And this is the total. Termination by Activision Blizzard without cause or termination by employee for a good reason following a change of control. $292 million. So he would get $292 million upon change of control. That is a lot.
I don't know how he'll ever be able to live off of that. Just chump change.
I don't know. I don't know.
What would Bill Gates think? He'd be like, I can fart that money.
Bill Gates is too busy about the vaccine shit. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care about anything else. Let's put microchips in people. That's what it is. Bill Gates he's too busy in the vaccine world that he doesn't give a fuck about anything else.
You're turning into that one podcast guy.
What one podcast guy? Oh, by the way, let me show you these fucked up jerseys that I got sent to me.
Oh, jeez. He's still on about the jerseys.
The frogs are gay guy.
Oh, Alex Jones?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
The water's turning the frogs gay. Yeah, but you know what the funny thing is about Alex Jones? He's been right more than he's been wrong. So here,
which also worries me to quite an
extent. It's a big ass fucking jersey.
So you see, this is an extra large jersey. It's the same as my regiment.
I have an extra large.
Right,
and that looks larger.
It's not. It fits just the same. So the green. Notice the green. This was all supposed to be gold.
Where's the green?
Oh, you're colorblind.
There's
on
green
the
in
side.
this?
On the side.
It
What do these accents look like to you?
It might just be the lightings.
Does that look gold to you?
Yes.
This looks gold to you?
Was it?
Chat. I'm going to actually talk to chat about this one.
Here we go.
Does this look gold or green?
That is 7 times
look
we
at
have
the logo. Look at the
not
logo.
Followed our rules.
Look at the logo. Okay, now look at the flag. Let me show you the flag. The color of the accents was supposed to be what this flag is. Do those match the fucking accents? No, they don't.
Let me see it. It might just be the lighting.
That was originally because I matched that flag to the colors on the website.
It looks gold to me.
The stripes look gold?
It's got maybe a slight greenish hue to it.
This is green, dude.
And
even look at look at all the writing on the back of this. That does not look gold. This is green. This was supposed to be as gold as the fucking flag right here, and it's not. It's green.
I was looking at the flag.
Let me put the flag up.
Is the flag gold?
The flag is gold. Yes.
Okay, so that's what I was looking at.
And I have trouble seeing.
Yeah, I don't understand.
What?
Me and him have the fucking opposite problems here.
What?
I can see the green.
Yeah,
but I have trouble seeing the gold.
He is colorblind.
Well, no, I saw the flag though, and I was like, yeah, that's fucking gold.
So let me compare it. Look, the flag and the stripe.
I gotta see it over here.
It was a book.
Oh. Wait, you read?
It looks the same.
I'm in school, dude. Of course. You see it?
To read.
Do you see it though?
No, it looks gold to me.
What about so
they look green to me.
So you see the flag color, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see it against the stripes, right?
Yes.
Not even the fucking same. They're not. The stripes are green.
Yeah. No, I see the green. Like it's just.
I just
it sucks because this was gonna be merch, and now I got to go somewhere else for the merch.
It's a nice jersey though.
It is a nice jersey. It really is a nice jersey.
I would buy one.
Once I get that sorted out, I'm getting a refund for this, and then
you can get your name on the back of it.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna go to a different jersey company because
I would just get Doc on the back of it. So.
Yeah, I know you would. All right,
well, yeah,
so
what we call each other on the podcast. That's why it's got to be on the back.
Doc and Elson.
Yeah,
it sucks because you're a Doc too, but like I've been calling him Doc for so long.
Everybody, even everyone in IW does it.
I know they do.
That was before they knew my gaming shit.
So I'm trying to find. I had the article
just
right
saying,
here, and
I don't have a name. Everyone just calls me that. That's why my name is that. Because everyone started calling me that, and then even outside of
And
work.
that's when he got his
And then
his
I was like,
gamer tag.
and then PlayStation's like, you can change your gamer tag. I'm like, I need to change it from what it is because this looks boot as fuck.
All right, so we're going to talk about
It had
Call of
maybe.
Duty and whether or not it'll be exclusive on Xbox or if it'll be on multi-platform still.
Bullshit.
It's not gonna be a multi-platform.
It's not. So Xbox confirms it will keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. And this is for the mere fact of like they want to keep healthy competition, which I can respect.
They want to make more money.
Well, I mean, it would be a financial fucking disaster if they decided to do this.
The only difference is that the people that are on PlayStation, unless Sony fucking revamps their subscription-based service, is that you won't have to buy it on Xbox.
No, that is Doc. That's the guy in the green is Doc.
Eight.
The guy in the mustache is Nelson, but he is also a Doc.
I'm in this mustache.
Eight.
All right, so Microsoft recently revealed that it is acquiring Activision Blizzard King $70 billion, blah, blah, blah. Well, Xbox's head just provided, so everyone's wondering whether PlayStation users will lose access to Call of Duty or other franchises. So Xbox's head has just provided an answer. In a tweet, CEO of Microsoft Gaming,
was
leader
number 8.
of Xbox, Phil Spencer, suggested Microsoft intends to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation while noting Sony is important to the gaming industry. He says, had good calls this week with leaders at Sony, Spencer tweeted on the 20th of January. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry, and we value our relationship, which was one of the biggest concerns that everyone had. So millions of gamers around the globe are likely elated to hear that we won't have to ditch their console choice to continue playing COD. One has to wonder if, by taking the stance, Microsoft is trying to avoid any potential issues with regulators. After all, if it were to make Call of Duty an Xbox exclusive, it would essentially be limiting consumer choice, which is true. Pocket Lint should note, which is the name of this. This is the name of the
Website.
of the article. The journalist,
Publisher.
the publisher. Yes, thank you. Though that Spencer seems specific in his language, only admitting Xbox will honor existing deals, and at no point mentions future ones or anything longer term, which I cannot imagine that they won't honor that long term.
Especially for Call of Duty.
Yes. Still, taken at a point blank, it's clear Xbox can read the room and is willing to partner with Sony in order to satisfy everyone right now. Spencer has been conducting interviews about the acquisition all week, even going as far as to hint Xbox might revive old Activision IPs, such as Skylanders.
Wow.
They were also looking at Guitar Hero, bringing that back. Microsoft also said it plans to include any of Activision games with Xbox Game Pass.
What was the difference between Rock Band and Guitar
Guitar Hero was only guitars. Rock Band had every instrument, including vocals.
Didn't they implement the other ones after a while?
Guitar
Didn't they
Hero?
have?
Yeah, they did. They did. But Rock Band did it first, and Guitar Hero was like Rock Band is beating us.
Okay. Well, I mean, they had more
So,
choices.
As far as I know, it's like Guitar Hero is circles on on the frets that you match the rhythm with, and Rock Band is just rectangles. That's all I know.
Those different companies, though, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So yeah, like Activision games will be on Game Pass. So there's that.
I'm sure not all of them, though.
No, not all of them. I can imagine some will be Xbox exclusive, which is actually weird, because Spyro and Crash Bandicoot have always been Sony exclusive.
Well, not for a hot minute though.
Well, no.
It's been a long time. That was early 2000s and late 90s.
Well, even
Spyro
still
is
after
still-
it still is. Spyro and Crash Bandicoot are still only on PlayStation, but they're Activision published. So this
thought it
means
was
for
on
the
the-
first
Now they are, though.
So for the first time ever, those games are now going to be on both, potentially.
Yeah.
So,
Or they could.
Well, no, because before, like Crash: The Wrath of Cortex was on Xbox, the original Xbox. And once again, I am plagued by not being able to say Xbox One.
it's
The original.
you're not the only one, man.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Xbox original.
And I should.
I
be the
wonder,
last.
you know, What if Sony does buy EA? But Sony's more than a gaming industry though, because they're like TV and all that shit.
Well,
too.
for a long time, that's why do you think people like Xbox push so hard to go?
All right, I was
going to
use this article, but the ads
in terms of
just
like
fucking
digital
overpowered
copies,
me.
because for every, and that's the reason why Xbox wanted to launch into digital copies for games so bad. Every CD that they ever printed with any game, every Halo 2, every Halo 3, everything, they had to pay a little bit of dividends and royalties to Sony because they made the CD.
That's true.
So that's why they so wanted to push into digital copies really quickly, and why even back on like your Xbox 360 you could technically download games if you had a big enough hard drive, is because they wanted to get away from having to make CDs.
Yes.
And while they're still willing to do some of that for now, just because that's for a long time for them just been reality, just you kind of have to pay Sony a little bit of money because you make a game on a
These
CD.
fucking ads.
But that's why they're so into the digital stuff now.
All right, so we're going to talk about how this whole acquisition affected Sony.
I kind of think it would be hilarious to watch the news and see if Sony starts buying random shit. But at the same time, too,
it's hard to say they
I'm
could.
also very worried of like, are we now going to get two picket fences here, where the two big monster companies are just going to start eating everybody in the room?
That's what happened with AT&T and T-Mobile, or AT&T and Verizon.
And Verizon, yeah, no, exactly. I agree. It's just like, oh shit.
We have it with internet. It's Comcast or
Spectrum.
no, that's the same thing. It's the one that's in fucking
AT&T.
no, it's in Cox. That's what it is on the West Coast.
Suck my cocks. Anyway, so Sony loses $20 billion in market value after Microsoft's massive deal to buy Activision Blizzard knocks its shares. So shares in Sony plunged by almost 13% in Tokyo on Wednesday, erasing $20 billion from its market value after gaming rival Microsoft said it plans to buy Activision. Xbox maker Microsoft said Tuesday it agreed to $68.7 billion all-cash deal with publisher Call of Duty and Candy Crush. Sony's stock closed at 12.8% lower in the wake of the news for its biggest one-day drop since 2008. The move dragged Japan's Nikkei 225 index down by 2.8%. The U.S. listed shares were down 4.3% early Wednesday after closing almost 7.2% lower than previous session.
I don't understand what any of this means.
This is stock market talk. So
yeah, of course.
the Japanese tech giant and Microsoft are two of the biggest competitors in the video game industry with their PlayStation and Xbox gaming consoles, respectively. The deal for Activision would make Microsoft the third biggest gaming company by revenue in the world after China's Tencent and Sony. It's the most valuable acquisition ever in the video game industry and for Microsoft, which is crazy to think about. That is the most valuable one that they did in gaming right now. So it marks a major escalation in the battle for dominance in the $200 billion gaming industry between Sony and Microsoft. Some analysts said the concerns that Microsoft can make Activision's hit franchise Call of Duty exclusive, which we debunked. To date, Sony has stayed ahead in sales exclusive games over Microsoft. Games.
Well, you gotta think. We said it's shocking that they were the biggest. They're the biggest ones. I don't think it is, because Call of Duty in general is the most.
So they're talking about right now, even though the deal is not done yet.
Yeah.
So as of right now, Sony leads over Microsoft.
Oh, I thought you meant Activision.
No, we're talking about Sony, Tencent, and Microsoft as tech giants right now. So Sony is beating Microsoft
Gaming.
in general.
Well, it's a gaming industry.
Well, no, because they take everything for both companies. So like how Microsoft has both more of a tech side and a gaming side, so does Sony. So
Well, this was talking about. It's a gaming industry, though.
So okay, let's reread this. So we're gonna go back up here. So the deal for Activision would make Microsoft the third biggest gaming company. You're right. Okay, so company by revenue in the world after China's Tencent and Sony. So Sony leads Microsoft in gaming, not in tech.
Yeah.
So in the gaming industry, Sony is beating Microsoft. But now, after this could potentially change. So
I wonder what they're beating them with.
I don't know. So it marks
well,
a
you have to
major.
understand that their Asian market is a lot bigger than Microsoft's Asian market.
Yes, it is, and it always has been.
Monstrously
It always has been. And that's the biggest thing was that Microsoft has been having a hard time since the Xbox first came out, dabbling into the Japanese market.
Because you have to understand, I would say even right now that Microsoft and Sony so far are on pretty even footing in the.
They're close. They're neck and neck.
States, but then you have to imagine like Europe is. I would imagine Europe's the same, where like it's kind of
Europe.
neck and neck.
Europe tends to reflect the U.S. when it comes to this stuff.
And so, but then you take both of those places where they are kind of neck and neck at even footing, and then you go, and then you add on the Asian market where Sony by far dominates, without a question. Then you're going to have serious issues for when you're comparing the companies themselves. It's like if you ask anybody, like we would all typically say here in the States that, oh, well, everyone got an Xbox 360. Most people did, right?
Yeah.
People loved the Xbox 360. It was an awesome console, did really well. But
actually, we did discuss that the Red Ring of Death almost bankrupted them.
I was gonna say,
but what I'm saying though is that it was popular. Everyone had one. Everyone played it, right?
Yeah.
And people, if you would have asked people at the time, even now, they would say, "Oh, well, Xbox totally won that generation." If you look at things like sales, revenue, Sony still kicked their ass because
Even more so in the next gen with PS4 and Xbox One.
well, in PS4, it wasn't really a question. Like Xbox was not in charge at that time.
There's a lot of things that factor into why.
Right, but it's just the idea, though, that if you go back to a console generation that people reasonably thought that Xbox was in the lead, and they still just weren't. Like, it was just no question.
worldwide, PlayStation has always been the most. In the States, it's been really close. I think
you got to
Xbox
think, though,
was
too,
leading for a
Sony
while.
took off in gaming in, mid-late 90s? They took off
With
when...
early 2000s with the PS2. The
Well,
PS2 became
you gotta
really popular.
Well, even
PS-
the PS1 was
PS1.
a juggernaut because it was up against...
Nobody.
Nothing.
It was
Nothing
Nintendo.
really.
Nintendo.
Well, it was up against the 64, and Nintendo made the fuck-up mistake of using cartridges again. And so...
And Sony started using CDs, which was
which
better.
was their invention, which also meant too they didn't have to, like later on how Xbox and Nintendo would, where they would have to pay royalties to Sony. That's their product. They can use it as efficiently as anyone could.
Mm-hmm.
So they became a juggernaut even during the PS1. So they were well established.
And that's because Microsoft wasn't even in it yet.
Yeah, exactly. And then Microsoft came in midway through the PS2 era. Is when the Xbox
pretty
really
much.
came
Yeah,
out?
the Xbox came out about halfway through PS2.
And so
PS2 came out.
And so you have to understand that all the markets only really either had Nintendo, which was kind of waning at they were becoming more niche.
What a gamble too! Like for Microsoft to just say we made a console also, and throw out this brand new console.
Oh, true.
Was it a gamble though?
It technically, if you think about it, when it comes to new technology, any new technology that's competing against something like PlayStation and Nintendo, that is a huge gamble.
Especially back then when like the technology was so fickle. Do you know how many fucking dead ends there were in tech back then?
Oh, huge, lots of them.
Tons
in
of
the
them.
early 2000s, lots of them. Late 90s, early 2000s. Like you got to look at it like in this perspective. So like in gaming, you had Sega, Nintendo, and PlayStation. Microsoft had, Windows. Like it was
Everyone's forgetting about Dreamcast.
Sega.
Was
that Sega?
Yeah.
Sega Dreamcast.
Everyone forgets about Dreamcast.
Why do you think I said
It's
Sega?
not a wrong statement.
It's not, but that's why I said Sega. So like at the time you had Nintendo, Sony, and Sega with the Nintendo 64, the Sega Dreamcast, and the PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1. So when Microsoft decided, because they were working on operating software for Windows and computers, and their biggest thing was computer stuff, including computer gaming, they decided to go ahead and dive into the console market. So if you think about it, that is a huge gamble. So just look at Google. Google was diving in with Stadia. Granted, it was cloud-based, but it was their first console.
It's like, how about this? Imagine that Red Ring of Death happening on the first Xbox. That Microsoft wouldn't be in this right now.
No, they wouldn't.
Like that's how big of like one tech fault at that time, and it would have been over.
It was one of those things where like the Xbox, when they first released it, was so new to them that it could have easily failed. And if I remember, aside from the Duke, which is the original Xbox controller, being so massive and clunky, and they quickly changed that, I don't think the Xbox had any real flaws.
I think Xbox.
The original Xbox, it didn't have any real flaws, but it also didn't have any real strengths because at the time it wasn't so much better than the PS2, and it didn't have.
No, but it
and
did
it
have
but
a
it didn't have
very
the third-
iconic game that came with it off the rip.
I mean, sure it did, but it didn't. It also didn't have the third-party support that the PS2 was so known for.
Google if Xbox original came out before PS2,
It didn't.
because I'm curious.
I'm
Because
very
they were
positive.
Xbox. I'm pretty sure they were the first ones to bring about live online play.
And they may have, but you got to
Because
understand.
that's what made them like Xbox Live.
Oh yeah,
and
but
their
PlayStation
hard
2 didn't
drive.
initially come out with the idea of online gaming, though.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that the Xbox came first.
No, I'm just curious as to when.
Oh,
Because
like how far
Xbox
apart?
had live from when it started, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did, but I'm also positive that like
well, the PS2 did have online, and it was really bad.
yeah,
Xbox, the biggest thing, I think Xbox Live came out way later. Well, not way later, but a little bit later. But the biggest thing that was holding them over was Halo.
yeah,
Because the Xbox, when it first came out, the very first game and only game that it had was Halo. And they really did perfect the online gaming. And I attribute it to the whole fact that they were used to online gaming with the PC.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So with them doing that, they had an understanding of how online gaming worked, where Sony was new to this.
And you had to
Sony was
pay
good
for it,
about
too.
making games and making game systems, but they weren't really good about refining the online gaming market like Microsoft was.
Well,
they
they had
had
to
an
pay for it,
understanding
too.
already. Yeah, you did. You did have to
How
pay
about
for
that?
it.
How about this?
Because
So
PS4
the
online got
P-
better when it wasn't free anymore.
yes, but anyway, so the PlayStation 1 came out in I think it said November of 1994, and the Xbox came out.
94.
Yeah, that's what it said.
PS1.
PS1. Actually, excuse me, December 3rd, 1994.
The PS1,
PlayStation 1.
I remember because I was still in
Great
elementary
console.
school. Yeah.
And the
94.
original Xbox came out in November 15th of 2000.
You feel old yet?
I don't like this.
Yeah.
And the
I know.
Xbox came out in November 15th on 2001.
Yeah, I remember because I was in military school and it was right after 9/11. Actually, it was right before. It was before 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
In here, well,
I was not listening after you said 94. When did the Xbox come out?
the Xbox came out in 2001.
Okay, when did PS2 come out? Uh-huh.
Someone in the chat asked me a question. Yes,
That's
I know what the letter that is. That's an Enye.
That's 9. That's
And PlayStation 2 came out March 4th, 2000.
okay. Now I just want to know which one had online play first.
Xbox.
Yeah, I'm
that's
pretty
what
sure
I'm
it
saying.
was
I
Xbox.
think, I'm
PS2
pretty sure it was
Xbox had the first online play, and Xbox had the first online play. PlayStation tried following suit, but they didn't do it very successfully. Where, like I said before, Microsoft had experience in the online gaming market, which is why they did it so well. Granted, you had to pay for it, but still, you didn't have to be on PC to play it. It was honestly, from what I can remember, the first console that had online play.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I mean.
in such a manner.
And that was one of the things that kept them, that made that console so iconic, and the hard drive, like the embedded 500 gig hard
Actually,
drive.
let's verify this. Find out who. Find
have
out
a whole
who.
ass computer in front of you.
Okay, fine. Fuck it. We'll look it up on the computer. So
So why? Hold on. Do you want me to look this up or not?
what? Okay, was Sony or was PS2 or Xbox first with online gaming?
You could have just probably typed in first online console.
That could have been.
What? It was neither. It was the fucking Apple Pippin.
Clearly, nobody's heard of that.
Yeah, obviously that's not what we want to say.
Apple. had
Sometimes the first one
Let's
isn't
see.
always the best answer, because they may have started it, but they sucked ass at it.
Okay. Was PS2 or Xbox first with online gaming? What came first, Xbox or PlayStation? Let's see.
No, I think that's talking about in general.
In general, yeah, that's true.
We can do this two ways.
Let's see.
We can-
PS2 versus Xbox. Who will be the online gaming king?
No.
What?
Just Google
Holy shit! This article is from 03?
PlayStation Online. When did PlayStation Online come out?
Okay. Yeah.
And then we can do when Xbox Live.
PlayStation Online start. Oops, I didn't want to put
PlayStation Network. That's what it was. That's what I was thinking of.
PlayStation Network. So it
should
launched in
switch,
2006.
Switch cameras.
All right, so PlayStation Network. So the PSN, the digital, November of 2006.
Wow.
Okay, so when did Xbox
That's significantly
Live
after.
start?
Yeah, I don't know though. Because
2002. So Xbox was first.
yeah,
4 years though. That seems wrong because I remember playing on PS2.
I remember it being significantly later because you had to have an adapter.
yeah, because if you were to take an original PlayStation 2 console,
Oh.
it wouldn't access online.
This is back in the fucking DSL days of the internet.
Okay.
If you had DSL, you needed DSL. You couldn't use dial-up to fucking play online. DSL was the best.
Now I get. Okay. Now I see what you're saying. I got you. Okay. So yeah,
Man,
that's
PlayStation
what put
Network
Xbox
is different
on the
than
market.
online play.
That's what started. That's. I just remember the.
When,
That is number 9.
when did
No, that's 10 then.
Was it?
Yeah.
online play start? March 2006. Sony officially introduced its unified online service, tentatively named PlayStation Network platform, in March of 06.
Was it on the PS2 or the PS3?
In 06? That's actually a good question. That was...
You're still on our cameras, by the way.
I know I am. So let's look. So let's look here. Let's see. Launched in November of 06. Sony Intertech, they launched in 06. PSN was originally conceived of the PlayStation video game consoles, but soon extended to encompass smartphones, tablets, Blu-ray players. Let's see. This is the PSP and stuff. So PS2 had rudimentary online features, selected games via its online network required, which is available add-on. Let's go on. So in March of 06, Sony officially introduced its unified online service. Okay, so this was in 2006. And Xbox Live started when?
2002.
So Xbox Network, Xbox Live came out in 2002.
Wow.
You're so far down this rabbit hole. How did we get here?
The last.
So
article.
PlayStation 2 online functionality. Let's look. Selected games on PS2 video game consoles, online gaming. Let's see. The service was launched in July of 01 in Japan. August of 02 in North America, and 03 in Europe. So technically,
Like it had online, but
so
like,
almost want to say,
but it wasn't good.
I feel like that I feel like that's why like no one really remembers it, because I think that's PlayStation Network itself was a refined version of online play.
Yeah.
Because this version wasn't working as well as Xbox Live.
So that's what it is. So it's because you had to have like that adapter shit and like all the extra stuff to even be
Right.
able to do it to where everyone's like, I'm not gonna fucking do this.
This was so long ago. I feel like a goddamn dinosaur now.
Yeah.
Don't shut up.
Fuck.
What do you mean, shut up? I don't think you understand that I was still around during those days. You're not that old, motherfucker. You are literally 4 years older than I am. Congrats.
Listen, we're old enough to remember everything, so fuck you. All right, so
I can
let's
read, Brock.
He's got you there.
So that was the last of our topics. Anybody need to take a piss break before we start diving into the psychopaths of TikTok?
No,
Oh, did you want to do that one first, or do you want to do my whole origin story?
Let's do your whole origin story. I gotta
Ooh.
know. Let me piss before we do this. Talk amongst yourselves while I go urinate.
All right, so let's continue on our shit talking.
You know,
about-
Eldridge, if we won, since he's like just abandoning the post so much, we could take this over. This could be our podcast.
Who started it, bitch?
I didn't ask that.
We'll buy you twice. We'll do what Microsoft did. Just slap dick on the table. Make you an offer you can't refuse. Twice the price.
Twice the price what it's worth.
That's what I meant. Yep.
$2.
$7.
Take it or leave it.
We're not paying for equipment. We're paying for the name. We're not even paying for the employees. We're just going to sexually abuse the employees. Namely Brock.
Whoa, I don't know what this we stuff is.
It's just Brock. Did you have a nice urination?
I did. It pissed great. By the way, I will say this.
No, what is that?
This podcast is worth more than $7. If you do count for the equipment, the time put in.
No, well, you're paying for the name, not the equipment.
Okay, so the name. What do you think the name would be worth?
We said $7.
Man, you guys are have little faith in this brand.
No, that's just current price.
I was the first like of our last video.
Yeah, there was not very many viewers on that one. Mainly because I didn't promote it. I didn't promote it that much, and mostly because like with school, the school schedule kind of fucked with me a lot, and the episode was out late because of that. Because I forgot to I had class like all Tuesday, and I was trying to squeeze in streams, and I didn't realize that hey, I should probably edit this still.
I'm like 2 episodes behind.
That's fair.
And making the thumbnail was also the other thing that I ended up doing, like fucking. Like I think Wednesday night or Thursday between class.
Yeah.
So I uploaded the episode without a thumbnail. Made the thumbnail later, but yeah, I gotta get better with that.
Shame.
I'm actually like Alicia actually brought up a good
Shame.
point. I should probably hire a person that's all they do is networking, because I'm literally doing it all on my own. Like a networking, editing, all of it. I'm doing everything with all my content by myself, and I'm wearing.
True. I network with you.
You network with me, yeah, but at the same time, it's
posted
like
a video of you on my TikTok.
correct. You have done that, but
I found your TikTok.
You did find my TikTok. I saw that
Did it just come on? Did you search him or did it just
No,
come
it
across your
came on
page?
my FYP.
That's so creepy.
on your FYP.
Mm-hmm.
That's so creepy. Are you friends on TikTok? Is that why?
No, we
Man,
weren't.
That's fucking.
We were
weird.
not friends.
I don't
on
think we
TikTok.
still are even now.
Here we are. I follow you.
Oh, nice.
That's probably why. That's
I added you, bitch.
Oh,
You have a
Speaking of
TikTok?
TikTok, so let's watch all these fucking weird ass people on TikTok.
All right, I'll fuck my whole
Oh,
story then.
God.
My whole origin.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna talk about your host story. Okay, we always had this thing going on for a while. For those of you that are new here, about Doc being a whore. So we had a story like every week, and then it got to the point where I was like, all right, these
All the
stories,
exciting ones were gone.
all the exciting ones were done, and I was like, where's this one going? And I even told you, I'm like, okay, where's this
No,
going?
I knew it. I was like, man, I just
I was
like
like- I
I've
was like,
run
where-
out of the really good
I
ones.
said, okay, we want to hear the crazy. We don't want to hear the fucking, yeah, I banged this one chick. Like, yeah, we all banged this one chick, but we want to hear about the, like the fucking
a
multiple
community
personality
bicycle
chick.
story. Okay.
Yeah, well, my last one was a good one.
Yeah, that one was.
That
So,
was-
like, let's talk about your origin, Doc. Go ahead and take it away, Tim.
The origin of my honess. So I was with this high school chick when I was in high school. That's how we met. Just throwing that out there.
Wow.
Just throwing that out there, just so that doesn't get misconstrued. Her name was Kyle. She was a
what?
female.
Hang on. Okay.
I always
I've asked
to
this.
this day.
I asked this. I'm like,
I know.
a chick named Kyle?
The whole time I was dating her. The whole time?
The whole time.
I was dating her. I always had to. Everyone would be like, "Her name is Kyle." Yes.
What the
I
fuck
mean,
is
it
up,
kind of makes
Kyle?
sense. You sit when you. What the fuck is up, Kyle?
Let's
It makes sense because you sit when you pee. so-
blame. I fucking hate this. Let's blame her parents, not her, on this one. Okay.
I didn't say it was her fault.
So her parents are why you became a manho?
No,
I mean,
she has a
technically-
boy name.
I mean, technically, yes.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
her parents
okay.
are at fault, but still, continue.
All right, continue. Yes.
So I
go on.
I dated this girl twice, right? So I was in
Like 2 individual dates, or like consistently dating broke up.
that one, the
Okay.
second one.
Okay.
So we were consistently
So an
dating.
on and off relationship.
No, it was just off and then back on, and that was it.
Well, it had to
That
be
is
on
an on and
first.
off relationship.
I guess it's like one flip of the
No,
switch.
it was
though.
like off and then on and then off again. Like
That's how
on
that
and off,
usually goes.
On and off relationship.
That's how that usually goes.
But okay.
Because I'm an
Continue.
idiot.
Continue.
So I was with her. She was this back then, anyways. That I thought super hot redhead. I don't know what it is with me and redheads.
That's pretty fucked up.
It is, and it's ironically the last chick, the crazy one, the baby mama.
The one that claimed you were the father of her child.
Yeah,
and
she
you were
was
not.
redheaded.
All
Clearly,
right.
I have a problem. And
We know.
Well, if it's only 2, clearly you don't have a problem.
no, these are just 2 of the worst ones. And of course, they're redheaded. So we're dating this girl, and she was fucking crazy. She gave great fucking head, though. I'll at least say that. For high school, she gave some great head. And I knew that going into the relationship because I knew that she had blown other people.
I knew she sucked a mean dick because
I did.
said that
Yeah,
she sucked a mean
for
dick.
real.
And
They've
how old were
literally
you?
said
How
it.
old were you? How old were you?
17?
All right, when you're 17, the vacuum cleaner gives mean head. So like you can't. You're gauging off of like.
I wasn't a virgin, though.
What?
It doesn't.
I wasn't
matter.
a virgin at the time, no.
I bet you weren't.
You bet-
but
but
it's just the idea.
She was my second. She was my second.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's
skill.
fair. But it's the idea that back in those days, nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. So
Oh, no, she was my third. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I
Even
know so
still.
many.
Yeah, like you were saying, like other guys at school said she gave me mean head. That's because no one else in school had their dick touched except for that moment in the first time. Like you could say all day, like they gave some mean head. It's like
Well, yeah, now after
like
all
hand
of the-
jobs at that age were fucking great.
after
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
slew of women that I've been through now, yeah, her head sucked, and not in a good way.
But go on.
It's like bad pizza.
your
You
pers-
still go through it.
Your perception of good head was not the same as it is now. But go on.
Considerably. And I would like sneak into her room all the time, like typical high school shit. Like 'cause she had a
Okay.
first story house, and
I think every house has a first story.
What do you mean?
Otherwise,
no,
it's
I'm
not a
thinking like
house.
some people live in apartments. Like
But then it's not a house.
I fucking hate you.
I'm not wrong.
Go on.
Anyways, so we ended up breaking up, and I don't remember why. It was insignificant. High school. You ever heard of Relay for Life?
No.
Have you heard
No.
of Relay for Life? It's a cancer walk thing. You do it at a
Okay.
track. And you do
Oh,
it like
yep,
all
yep.
night
Yes,
long.
I have. I was actually in one of those
They're super
in
fun.
Chicago, actually.
And she ruined this one for me, and we got back together that night. She's like, "Oh, you were the only one that was super nice to me." She was borderline as fuck.
It's always the one. They
A
always
lot.
You
I know
understand.
what you're getting at.
You
but
know
I was
what
like,
I'm
not
saying.
everyone's gonna understand that.
She's borderline personality disorder as
Gotcha.
fuck. Just manipulative. Like everything is about her, but she'll make you out to be the wrong and crazy one.
borderline. Yeah.
So,
and
like,
when
you're
things
stuck
are going
with
her
her.
way, it's totally.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's fine. Everything's okay.
But when if
and then
it goes
as soon as
to
it's
skew,
not, and then she's not in control, she fucking loses it.
And they make
then she
everyone
turns
else
everyone-
around you.
and they turn everyone against each other.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's not even
No,
about like the
against you.
one person. It's everybody. Like
They turn everyone against you
Yeah.
to where you look like the asshole for a while. So I ended up back with her because I'm an idiot. And I did the thing where I proposed to her before I went to boot camp. I'm not proud of these things, okay? I'm not proud
That
of
is
these things.
the most boot shit
I know.
ever.
I was super boot back in the day. I was so proud to be joining the Navy.
I'm joining the Navy.
I was like, I'm getting
I
out of this
proposed to her. Little do I
fuck-ass
know.
town.
Little does she know that I'm gonna go fuck dudes.
She made fun of me for that too. Because that's what she said.
She
said
did?
this- yeah, she said the same. I'm like, can you not? Where's the support?
I like how she's not even like associated with the military, and she automatically assumes Navy with gay.
Everybody does.
That's true. That's true.
I don't want to hear it. We know what y'all do in those foxholes.
Everybody does. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man, Ferno to stay warm. We do it to survive. Fuck you.
So I proposed,
We don't do it because we want to bust a nut.
I
We
gave
wanna do it
her
to
I gave her
live.
this ring out of a cereal box. I didn't. I actually had a real ring, and
You actually went out and bought a real ring.
it was like a $300 ring.
Okay.
I was in
But
high
to
school.
17-year-old Eldridge,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money.
I was in high school. That was a lot of money at the time.
I remember proposing to a chick with a ring that I found in the house. So, no, I can't say anything.
So-
I'm like my first ex. I proposed to her with a ring that I just found, and I didn't even know if it was real. I'm pretty sure it was cubic zirconia.
Glorious. So I'm in boot camp. The only thing I'll ever give her credit to was that her letters in boot camp helped me be positive in boot camp.
Well, yeah, you thought that was gonna be your wife.
Because I got letters.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that makes sense because I was kind of dating that one. I still was. I left to go to basic to get away from the chick that I was dating, who was borderline, by the way. There's a pattern here. And because I was getting letters from her, and I was
make
like
terrible decisions.
a lonely man. I was a lonely dude in boot camp, and I was just like, well, she's there, so like,
Shit.
We all make terrible decisions.
yeah, I know. Once the fucking buildup gets you, there's nothing that stops you. And you get letters, and you have that connection. You're just like, something to look forward to, yay! And then it messes with your mind. But go on.
Oh, yeah. So she ends up coming to my graduation with my grandmother because I begged my grandma to bring her. My grandmother fucking hated her. But didn't tell me.
I gotta say, this is an eerily similar story to my basic training story, but go on.
She came, and obviously I absolutely fucked her for a whole 20 seconds. And, that post-boot camp nut, you're like, yeah, I'm done. And, we did it for another time. I made it to 30 seconds that time. So we had a good time. I know. I was like, I'm building stamina already. And my grandma was so pissed. And at the time, I was just like, I just want pussy. I just came out of boot camp. I want to fuck. I love you, grandmother, but you're not my focus at the moment.
It's the same thing that happened to me when my mom and my brother and his now ex-wife and my ex came to my graduation. And the whole family weekend was literally just spent sex. I didn't pay any attention to my family. I spent more attention just trying to get laid.
Oh, yeah. And then you look back and you're like, I'm an asshole.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely. That was an asshole. It was
really
an
easy
asshole
to say
move.
with all this clarity and
She was a dick to my grandma, apparently. She was like high and mighty.
My ex was a dick to my mom.
Yeah, she's like, high and mighty. She's like, we can't go to this hotel. It's not nice enough. And my grandma didn't make a lot of money. And I didn't know this for a while. I was like, God damn. And, of course, my grandma's nice, so she fucking just went with it. Got her own fucking room and shit. Because they were trying to make it cheap. And then, while I'm in core school, so I was the good kid where I didn't fuck with any other chicks. I was in core school, just hating life because I didn't go out with anybody because she would flip her shit she would always be like, who are you messaging? What are you doing? Because you're not there, so their mind fucking just, they're cheating on you, you're cheating on them.
Yeah, I know.
While this bitch was cheating on me. I didn't know for the longest time. So I found out when I got to Texas.
What's the longest time?
Damn near the whole time I was gone.
Oh, really? Cool.
But I happened to find out. So when I got to Texas, one of my best friends, he had found out about it, but they had stopped being a thing, I guess. She had fucked him over. So he was talking about it to my best friend, and my best friend's like, excuse me? He told me about it, and I was like, you know what? I appreciate you. Told me about it. I confronted her. She denied it. I showed her the evidence.
In typical BPD fashion.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
you have to.
I showed her the evidence. She's like, I'm really sorry. And then she tried to...
I'm sorry.
I'm like, whoa.
It was an accident. I fell.
What she's really sorry is that she got caught.
Exactly.
Yeah,
She's
they're
sorry
never
that
sorry
I found evidence.
They're never sorry that they did it. They're sorry that they got caught.
Exactly. And I was hurt. That was my first legitimate relationship. I was crushed. It's a funny side story of that is the one that ended up telling me dated her 2 years later.
Did he not see the flags in front of him?
He's
a
an
weird
idiot.
That's a weird one, especially when you're the one who delivers the evidence to someone.
Bro,
that
she's
this
cheating
woman-
on you.
So-
yeah.
I'm good. You know what? I'm gonna dive into that pussy too. So why not?
I will forever respect him though, because before he did, he asked me about. He's like, "Hey man, we've been hanging out more, and I'm starting to feel feelings for her." And he asked me, "Is would you be upset if we started dating?" I'll forever respect him for that, because of
he at least
everything that we
asked you
went through.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, "Would you be comfortable, or would you be upset if me and her started dating?" Because he knew what we'd been through and everything. I was like, "Yeah, fucking do you? I mean, you know what you're getting into." I respect you for asking.
I just been dude, I'm so concerned for you right now.
Oh, and she did the same thing. And I was like, I tried to tell you this 2 years ago, but here we are. Anyways, I was fucking crushed. Like, I was like, you know what? It was like a good week that I was crushed. And then I buried it down into the hole, and then I started filling other holes.
I buried it deep down into this void inside me, and then I started filling in the voids around me.
Exactly. That's exactly how that happened. Because the first woman I was with in Texas, I think it was like 2 weeks after I ended it with her. I spent like $4,000 on a wedding that never happened. I never got back.
Wait, hang on. You spent money on a wedding?
We were planning one.
You actually started spending money on this?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. And then I never got back.
Jesus.
It's fucking wasted so much time and effort and finances.
Fucking Christ.
And then you just...
What'd you spend that $4,000 on?
I don't know, wedding plan shit.
The fuck you
Wedding
mean wedding
plan
plan
shit?
shit?
Did you pay for the event? Did you pay the... Yeah,
expensive
I know.
weddings
I
are?
was planning for one myself, but I mean, I didn't start actually
I don't
putting money
remember.
into
I don't
it.
remember what we had already
What
planned.
did you already like buy the drinks and the food for the venue?
I ended it like 3 months before the wedding.
Still, I don't think you understand. Like, almost every single one of those facets that you're talking about that you could spend shit on a wedding for, you get quotes for before you pay for them. Are you telling me you just said, yeah, fuck it, here's $4,000 to something?
No, I'm saying that was total what I had spent, and it was like 3 months before the wedding, so everything was damn near done. We just had to have the wedding. You see what I mean?
So you paid for everything in the wedding already, like the venue, the food, the drinks, all
My
of it.
part of things, yeah.
And then you called it off?
Yeah.
You should have done that before you spent money on it, you fucking moron.
Yeah, if I'd have known she was cheating on me.
Oh, you found out she was cheating on you after you spent this money?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's why it was. That's why it was so close.
Or you could just not try to marry a bitch going into boot camp.
You're not
Listen,
wrong.
Dude, there's a reason why we have briefings on these before we fucking go in. Like, don't propose to the first bitch you see after
Yeah.
you get out.
No, I know.
And I'm glad I did that
Or
because
after you get to your unit.
if
That
I hadn't
actually-
have done that, I could have been one of those people.
that actually that actually makes me think back to like all the people, because there was a couple while we were in not boot camp but in A school who got married while we were in A school.
How?
I don't know.
Yeah, they did. I've
And
had that.
it
They
was
call it core school, though.
insane. Like, they still had like they had fucking like wedding photos and everything. Obviously, they didn't have like a big wedding.
I've seen it done in between.
They pick orders together too. Like they try to get co-located out of.
I've
fucking
seen this.
school.
I've actually
And
seen
it
that.
works,
you know what?
too.
I know.
Sometimes, actually most of the time, I've seen this happen where like the guy and the chick, they have a thing through basic. We all get punished for it, and then afterwards they're like, we love each other, and then they go off to the same unit together, and then they break up. And it's just like, yeah, you loved each other. I'm so glad I got
Imagine.
destroyed for your fucking relationship. Because that's what they did in the army. Like, if someone had a relationship, everyone was punished for it except for them. That's what they did. Mass punishment. It was just like, oh,
In
y'all
boot
want to
camp?
fuck each other? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense.
And then they were like in AIT together, and they were trying to get stationed at Fort Drum together in New York, and then that obviously didn't happen.
It's
There's
just
only
gonna ruin
one couple I've seen
two
that came out of basic training in AIT that are married to this day. That, they have 2 kids together. They're married still. They're out, both of them.
There's anomalies and everything.
There are anomalies. Yes, that's true. There are anomalies. But the amount of guys that got married or engaged right out of boot camp going into fucking AIT, which is our A school,
Yep.
or after A school or AIT, like, it's just like, or you get these guys go to the unit, go to a strip club, meet the first chick that they see at the strip club, and like, she's in love with me, and then we're in fucking Europe, and it's just like, yeah, that Romanian stripper wants a fucking visa.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Or-
She's using you to get back to the States.
Or my favorite one though is also then the hyper religious people who are like, God is the way. We had this one guy.
God put
seriously.
them in my life.
Like, no. It's not even just that. Like, we had this one guy who was like very innocent, very grew up, homeschooled, had done nothing with anyone except held a girl's hand one time when he was helping her because she fell down. You know what I mean? Like that kind of people. And it was weird because I saw him at a duty station up here. Dude's had like 2 divorces now. Like, and I told him while we were in A school,
Emotionally broken.
yeah, and I told him while we were in A school, hey, listen, man, I'm gonna let you know the Navy's gonna break you. Do this smart. You know,
You're gonna get
talk
fucked
to people,
more than she's
date
gonna fuck
people,
you.
You know, go out, do things. I was like, you're old enough, drink a little bit of alcohol, do this responsibly and
Live.
slowly.
Live.
But like then he goes out and I'm you know trying to catch up with him about it, and he's like, yeah, so I got married, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, you know, divorce paperwork finally went through, so you know I got married to my girlfriend. I was like, oh,
Wait,
I
you
was
just
like,
got divorced and got married again?
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, dude, what happened to you?
You talk about abandonment
Oh
issues.
shit.
That's
Like-
abandonment issues.
Oh, it probably.
You know what things that piss me off?
What's
I
up?
talked to my grandmother about it afterwards. Like this was maybe a year after or so, roughly. And she's like, "Yeah, I always hated her." I'm like, "That'd have been nice to know during the relationship."
See, I knew during that relationship that my whole family fucking could not stand her.
no,
And
I
they were
was never
hoping
told.
they were hoping to God that I would just come to clarity and basic.
Nope.
And I didn't. And then when she came to visit, it was after they came to my graduation where I realized like, oh, this sucks, because she treated my whole family like shit. She wanted me to herself. She didn't want me going anywhere else with my family.
Yep.
She tried keeping me away from the family.
Mhm.
And I remember we went out and they're like, what do you want to eat after basic? I'm like, I want a steak dinner. And she even said, why do you think you deserve a steak dinner? And I'm like, because I went through basic training. I've been eating nothing but fucking hot A's and DFAC food for the last fucking few months. I want to have something that's real.
I remember the defect down in San Antonio, nothing but cockroaches everywhere.
Well, that's how it was in Italy. That's why I got shut down 15 fucking times. We were always starving.
They didn't even shut it down for us.
They shut it down. They shut it down. They were giving us they started giving us hot A's, like out of the fucking mermites, which were like, you know, I don't know if you know what mermites are. Mermites were like the hot meals that they give you in the field, right? So when you go out to the field, they have this trailer that has like these fucking. It's basically like big MREs, like powdered eggs and shit.
Yeah.
Like just synthetic food here and there. And then they ran out of that. They gave us 3 MREs a day.
They ran.
Mind you, we're on base. We are not
doing anything.
we're on post. We're at our unit. We are active now. We are not in a fucking training environment. We are not in a school environment. We are being fed MREs 3 times a day instead of getting paid to go to the fucking commissary to buy groceries, because we were all fucking starving. We're all like, we want food. We can't afford to go to the grocery store to buy our own food, and most of us don't even have anywhere to cook it. So we're all just buying fast food.
Yeah.
Or go to another installation, another base up the road, which is like a fucking 20, 30-minute drive to get food from their chow hall. And it was like our chow hall was closed. And then they decided to close it because, well, we're going to close it because there's not enough people here, because some guys are in Ukraine, some guys are in the other Baltic states. And it's like, yeah, but there's still plenty of people here that need to eat. Like, we got 1 meal a day at the DFAC. It was so plus, they charge you for that, by the way. For those that don't know, you get charged monthly for your fucking chow food out of the DFAC. And you can't control that.
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of? We got $400-something pulled a month out of our pay.
You just don't get BAS.
Right. Well, when you're overseas, it's different. You get cola and shit. But like,
yeah.
but when you're in, like, you don't. Everyone was like, give us BAS so we can actually go to the commissary and buy groceries or buy something. So we're not eating fucking Charlie's fucking subs and like Taco Bell and everything every night and fucking trying to find something to eat that doesn't suck.
Yeah.
Or going out in the Italian economy and getting food, which everything costs euros, which, by the way, at the time, the euro was like 20-something cents more than $1. So.
You know what I noticed, though?
What?
You may have done a relatively similar thing. We went completely opposite roads with it.
What do you mean? Oh, I broke it off and you kept going?
Well, I went to fill other holes.
Yeah, no, I actually jumped into another relationship, which ended up lasting almost 10 years, and then I was just like, that was done.
And here we are.
But all right, so we're gonna watch Crazy People of TikTok now. So
we moved subjects really fast.
we did.
Yeah, we moved about as fast as I
so-
moved bitches.
Well, I mean, that was it. That was your whole origin story. That's
All right.
That's why Doc decided to go around and fuck everything in California when he did.
It was a great time.
So
Never caught anything though, or had kids.
So
That's a
here's
fucking
what we're gonna
mirror.
do.
Not that you know of.
Fair.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch the psychopaths of TikTok. And this is
It's
the
going
page.
down.
In the DM.
Oh, thanks for catching that.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Shut the fuck up. All right, here we go.
Or
why
you,
your-
I guess
that's
this
why
is
your
why you
jersey's
can't have nice
green.
things.
Huh?
I said that's why your jersey's green.
Yeah, I know. That's why my jersey's green.
I'm already cringing.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Is this the one you showed earlier?
I started it.
This,
What is this guy doing?
he's doing
What's wrong
nothing.
with his hair?
I watched this one. Nothing happens.
He thinks he's a sexual tyrannosaurus.
My senpai, who do
This
you
one's
think
not
you're
that
dealing with? If you try and take him, just know I have a knife at home with your name on it. I'm the hero of this story. You're the fanboy wannabe.
mean, it's not pretty
But if you really want to fight, then please try and beat me.
I like the ones that don't get the lip syncing
Yeah,
right.
those are the
they
ones
just
that
start
are
moving their
cringe.
mouths like.
Those are the ones that are super cringe. If they're, she's doing pretty well.
No, she's not.
She looked like she was.
No, watch again.
I might
Let's
just
make
be.
it. Let's
at
make it a little larger. Can you
I'll
see
say
it better
it might
now?
just be a distance. Yeah. Wow.
Welcome to the
was
magical
good.
What'd I
world
do?
of the motion array.
Where,
a
where?
knife at home with your name on it. I'm the hero of this story. You're the fanboy
first, yeah.
wannabe. But if you really want to fight, then please try and beat me. There are many things that I can do.
She's not looking.
Oh,
She
okay.
enunciates anything.
She was hitting.
My
favorite
She was getting
color
some of them.
is pink. What's your favorite color? Rawr.
Is my beard real?
I don't understand.
What is this?
This is the one that you watched earlier.
No.
Am I female?
She's clearly on testosterone.
No.
Am I human?
No. Now stop asking.
Am I human?
Stop it.
No.
Stop it. Stop
Clearly,
it.
has not been on testosterone very
Get
long
some help.
because she couldn't do a deep growl. That's hilarious.
Beast monster. What is this?
What is happening?
I don't know.
I'm gonna wrap my face in random bullshit. Go. I don't know.
Hey guys, everybody's been
This is a
asking
woman.
why the hell I got arrested.
Why did I get arrested?
The reason why I got arrested. It's kind of a funny story actually.
It's not.
I stole my grandma's car.
Yeah, she drove off.
And I was only in jail for like 4 weeks. No,
I stole my grandma's car. I was in jail for 4 weeks.
3.5 weeks. So yeah, and I just got out Wednesday. So, yep. Since everybody's asking, I thought I should let y'all know. All right, bye.
You guys ever have any sailors that come into the clinic like this?
Thankfully, I haven't.
What do you?
I don't know. Just like they clearly have some things going on. You know.
That's a lot of sailors. Yeah. I found some of my sailor shots, which is pretty funny. What is happening?
I look fucking cute.
Get on my nerves.
What is happening?
Well, here comes.
Hi, I'm Chris Hatson from Dateline NBC. Have a seat.
You know what? This is just making me think maybe we should just let COVID go a little bit longer.
COVID should have killed more. Anyway.
Bitch, I'm a 10. You a motherfucking 4.
Oh, she's
Only
rapping.
thing you wanna do is mess around with hoes. Only thing I do is spit, cook, and clean. What the fuck you do is mess around with hoes, bitch. You a
Thanos was right.
What is this? What is this? What is this?
Bitches be like, is she your girlfriend, or y'all just talking?
I thought I was white. Shit.
This is makeup, dude.
I don't give a
The
fuck.
fucking Joker's on
I
TikTok.
don't
So
gi-
we got like you can't hear some of these well. Got you.
Are you dead, or just not
It's
breathing?
okay. Neither can we.
Whoa, hang on. We'll go back to that. Let's go back to the Joker real quick. All right. First off, I'm gonna notice this. We ain't blending our fucking makeup line very well. Get a blender.
Is she your girlfriend, or y'all
I don't
just
think
talking?
that's what that's called.
Bitch, if I kill you, are you dead, or just not breathing?
You look like you're dead. What are you talking
My God.
about? I swear I thought he was pinching his nipples doing that.
He still might be.
I think he is.
At least I could chalk that one up to like the dude's just being fucking stupid. He's just having a good time. The rest of these people are like totally serious with what
I'm
they're
curious
doing.
what this guy.
Y'all hear that sound? It's ratchet. See all this shit on my face? It's not dirt, it's not grease. It's a mechanic's war paint. We're the ones you call when your boyfriend can't bust a nut.
He probably literally just started that day.
This is mechanics war paint. You ever been in the shit? You ever couldn't get a ball bearing out, boy?
He's the one that goes to get the fucking tools to the person working underneath the car.
He's the apprentice.
He just drives the cars into the garage and out of the garage.
Oh my god.
Now my
I thought that was blood.
don't respect me anymore.
I just took a DNA test, turns out I'm 100%.
Still in my, oh god, pop punk phase.
You missed out, shut up.
How to get an emo girl.
What the fuck was that?
Hey girl, and if that doesn't work.
I'm singing lyrics, you fucked up.
All right.
And if that doesn't work, hey, I'm lonely. Come be lonely with me. And if that still don't.
This is the best video you got for us? This is what you came up with?
Listen, I didn't vet this shit.
Why are you only showing me cringy videos?
Because that was the idea.
Like, this hurts more than the corn porn.
Yeah, I'd rather watch corn shit at this point.
Oh, you want me to find some fucked up stuff?
I regret it. I regret saying this now.
You want me to go deep dive into the internet? I can do that.
The only reason why I'm going to say no is because this video looks like it's almost done.
Mobile sounds. The best.
All right.
In the club, we be smoking cookie.
Oh my god. What is wrong with her?
She's so sweet.
I don't know.
Don't act like you forgot. I called a shot.
Dude, she fucking...
Too many people have way more confidence than what they really should.
It's not even just that, but like... The thing is, they make this, and they're like, yeah, that's it. This is the one.
No.
That's what I mean.
This is what happens when you encourage people not to fit into society.
Oh, no.
At least it's a fake baby.
No. It's what you get when you encourage people to accept everybody.
Yeah.
Acceptance.
Well, that was exciting.
Very much so.
Let's never do that again.
No, unforgivable.
Well, I'm sorry, man.
Are you?
I don't feel like you are.
I'm not.
You know what's worse? You subjected us to that and the Twitch chat.
I regret nothing.
Not even just the people viewing this later on.
How about this?
This is almost like 5 times. Because the 3 of us, and whoever the fuck is in the chat, and then whoever watches on YouTube or watches on Spotify.
I got something for you.
Unacceptable.
Military TikTok cringe max level. Don't try at home.
Oh no. Why would you do that?
This is what we're doing.
You guys want to see Boots do boot shit?
I think
No.
it's called Mill Talk.
Don't correct him on this. Don't encourage him. What are you doing?
Some military TikToks are pretty
Well, this is
funny,
going
though.
to show another
No,
guy's
some of them
page.
totally are. Some of them are fine, but like
Military
the boot,
TikTok
the boot
cringe
stuff,
compilation challenge number 1.
let's go a compilation, not compilation.
Okay. It's okay. He's still in.
All right, here we go.
Stop.
So, by the way, I got to say, this is going to be full of guys that are like, I'm the fucking danger. They're going to be all weird and shit.
They just
100% watch.
They just graduated boot camp and they're like, yeah, every
Hang
bitch
on,
wants
let's
me.
look at this guy again.
Every
Start him
bitch
over.
wants me.
All right, specialist. What are we doing here? Is this fucking... This ain't
That-
Yellowstone, bro.
That hat is not in regs. I can
No,
tell you that.
He's in the cavalry.
Oh, he is? Oh, that explains so much. He's Cav. You're right. He's Cav.
Please stop it.
No.
Already,
It hurts.
Wait, his name is Louisiana Swamp House.
he looked like it. I'm already just...
Oh, God. how my family and friends see me as a veteran.
In your head.
This part was weird.
Yeah.
How is it that? How are those the same people? He clearly didn't have hair in that.
No, he doesn't have hair. The good observation there. Oh no, this is a recruiting ad.
He's a recruiter.
Those are gonna be.
Never lies. He's honest, integrity, caring,
I see what he's doing.
Army values. He lives them. He's a recruiter.
I thought that was actually.
I am
pretty funny.
so upset this guy has an 82nd Airborne Deployment patch. Does he have wings? No, he doesn't have wings. This guy was a leg. He was a leg in an airborne unit.
I just think it's funny that they're making fun of the Marine one.
That or they're trying to use it as a recruitment
There's
ploy.
no fucking way.
Oh, you sure? You sure? You've been part of USAREC before?
I-
U.S. Army recruiting? They'll do this shit. They will do this
I
shit.
know that. I know recruiters are now getting into this shit.
Army values. He lives
But
them.
He lives them.
He's a recruiter.
this is clearly. That was clearly a joke.
Oh, God.
Oh,
He's doing the wipe it
I
down?
know where this is going.
Wipe it down. Wipe.
Motherfucker. Hang on. No, there's something. Now, me being Army, I noticed this immediately. This motherfucker is in group.
Oh yeah, yeah. Totally.
Special Forces group. and he's doing this. Bro, no way. Come on.
Wipe.
That's a Green Beret.
That's what that symbol is.
This is the Special Forces this is the Special Forces pin.
Well,
and by the way,
they
this
can
beret,
be cringe too.
This beret isn't just a beret that anybody can wear. You earn this fucking thing. Even if you're part of support.
Wipe it down. Wipe.
Bro, why?
I mean, you gotta think.
No, this is a special force. This is a Special Forces crest.
Yep, but you gotta think. The longer this shit's around, Special Forces guys are still fucking young.
All my ladies, I'm trying to. Oh.
What? I think that one was a little different. I think that was him making fun of the guy.
Yeah.
I think that one was a little. Bit
That
different.
one was guy drinking alone in the bar.
You go to the bar to drink.
Someone skipped PT.
Clearly. Of course he's Navy.
Another wipe it down challenge.
I remember this is popular.
Wipe it down. Wipe.
They're not doing it right, and it's bothering me.
How out of sync are you? That dude was a fucking first sergeant.
That's why your TikToks go nowhere, because you're not even wiping with the song.
Wipe it down. Wipe.
God, please stop it. Your editing
He's
sucks.
a first sergeant.
Your editing sucks.
You are a senior non-commissioned officer doing this. Why?
One, because he's trying to connect with his junior soldiers.
No.
He's doing what he thinks will connect. He's not wrong for that. His TikTok just sucks.
I don't think this is what we were looking at before.
I like how the music doesn't even actually overpower the fucking clunking of her heels.
Got it on.
And then she also has a very generic TikTok handle. She couldn't even make her own.
No. Go back.
Are you talking about this right here?
Yeah.
Lizzie.
She just had a generic name.
Got it on my waist. Let that shit rock. I'm floating. Floating on. Flow.
He gave them all. He gave his own nickname. He gave himself a nickname, Brown Death. Oh.
No. I can see them giving him the name the Brown Death, just totally for a different reason.
Yeah, that could have been an actual nickname.
Max got no legs, bitch. I'm floating.
Fast, 400 on the dash, 55 bills, but
E2, E1, They are 100. Look at this. A rack, like normal fucking army rack. Here, let me change this so y'all can see this.
Oh Lord.
This is an army rack. A bunk, typical like a standard bunk inside of fucking. They're in the barracks.
For the taste on the
They're in the barracks.
I don't really like.
Oh my god. The one ribbon, the qualification. It's funny because I remember in AIT there's so many guys like this. So many dudes that were just like, yeah, I'm the fucking shit. And it's like, dude, you've been in the army for like 30 seconds. Why are you doing this?
Do this or when boots do this?
I would rather say
Sizing up an MP.
I think I would say reservist.
He's
because
Air
they-
Force,
some of
security
them have been in
forces.
long enough to where they know they shouldn't be doing.
Look at this. This
But
guy's
they do it anyway. Anyway, yeah.
Air
what's up?
Force security, Air Force MP. Sizing up an MP. Sizing up an MP. You are an MP.
That's probably why he's making the TikTok.
Apparently some people do.
Open up the safe, bitches
All right.
got a lot to...
I want to say something about the weird PTSD videos.
They're for attention.
They are 100% for attention, and that's why I hate them the most.
That's why they're. Otherwise, they wouldn't be put on.
It's one thing to bring awareness.
a platform.
It's another thing to bring attention to yourself.
Correct.
It's like you're doing it for the views and the likes, and like we support the troops.
You can tell the way that they do it.
The way that they do it is 100% just for attention.
to say. Pussy in your face,
God.
gotta put you in your place. 7 letters on the plate, fuck you when I break.
I remember.
I want to point this out.
What is that?
Brr, 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 brr. That's the Army logo.
Oh, okay.
He's in the barracks.
What's new?
All right, that one's funny.
I just want to point out that he's not Navy.
What the fuck?
I'm just saying that's clearly not our undershirt.
He's like they're the same size.
It's only one way to know, you know?
He's Cav. He's 100% Cav.
I'm just saying. He's not Navy. Or someone tried to say it. I already know where this is going. Your editing sucks.
It was just like swipe, still in pajamas, uniform. Like, you fucked up the swipe.
Your editing sucks.
You know what I want to point out? She's definitely National Guard. You know how I know? She's a fucking master sergeant and a slick sleeve. Which this means they didn't deploy at all. Not even to Kuwait.
Not even to Kuwait.
Not even to Kuwait. By the way, I saw somebody in regiment saying, I lost my leg in Kuwait. Like, are you a Gulf War veteran? What, there's no, like...
I saw you mention that.
I'm like, what the fuck? You lost your leg in Kuwait? Unless someone ran you over by accident. No, you didn't. Or you're a Gulf War vet.
How old were they?
They were like our age.
Do we ask them how? Because it could be, that's legit.
No, they got banned. Because they were
okay.
part of the whole going into Ma Deuce's fucking chat and just dropping N-bombs. I 100% believe she fails land nav.
My sister failed
NPC.
CNAV.
I know she did. I know she did. All right, let's go.
Photo in your camera roll is the reason why your parents are disappointed in you.
That's not.
I totally
we're
agree with
disappointed in
them.
you for so many more reasons.
I like
that's,
that. That
that's
guy was a
uncomfortable to
Marine.
do.
What?
The fucking over the blouse with it, like no.
I know, it feels like
over-
cardboard
overshirt,
on your body.
undershirt. Yeah, no, it's.
No, the Marines will do it.
The shit's not comfortable.
I know Marines do it. I don't understand why.
Because they're allowed to. It's a belligerence thing.
What?
That was actually not bad though. That was. I'll give him that one.
I do understand.
Oh, here's your
God
boys.
Damn it.
Why? Why do they do this shit in uniform?
You're not helping us.
I don't understand.
Why do they do this shit in uniform?
You're not helping the Navy's case.
Anchors away, my boys.
This is why I say the rest of the Navy is fucking weird.
All right, let's see if this. We'll do one more cringy military TikToks.
Why is there more?
Let's see. Military TikTok level cringe. Oh, this guy. See, this is commentary. I want to do it without the commentary.
We are the commentary.
I know, but someone else's commentary.
This is wonderful. I'm so glad that we're doing this.
I know.
This is so much worse.
There's got to be more.
This is so much worse than search TikTok itself.
I could do that on my computer.
Yeah, there's a TikTok as a website.
Yeah, but Miltalk, it just doesn't really, it doesn't
You
really
could search cringe military TikTok.
I'm sure we'll find some in this.
I regret this.
Hard work, earn my pay.
Is this all like this kind of shit?
Boo.
Okay, this is. Well, what the fuck?
What?
That got dark real fast.
Angry Cops.
Yeah, he's probably
He's definitely making fun of this guy.
Yeah.
This guy right here. Look at me. I'm Ricky.
I mean, if I had his body, I'd probably have the same kind
I
of
would too.
confidence, honestly. You put in that kind of work, you're a little cocky.
Yeah, I 100%.
He's been on steroids. He understands.
All right, everybody. So for those of you guys that are watching, before we send Doc away, you continue your sidebar. I'm going to fill this up with a shot.
I'm not taking it.
God, you're not even here for this whole fucking podcast.
We didn't even interact with the chat yet.
What the hell?
This is the end of the YouTube portion.
okay. Yeah.
We're gonna get into the Twitch portion where we actually engage with our Twitch viewers. So,
I'm counting
for
that
the
as
11th time.
I'm counting that as 11 exactly.
So if you guys are here late and you want to actually watch the YouTube of this, go ahead and head over to the website. So
yeah, it's youtube.com.
I'm going to put it to the website. All the links are at the very bottom, so including the YouTube link, and then after that we're going to...
His website. Never mind.
It's my website, bitch.
My bad.
So, it'll be at the very bottom. All the social links are down there. So, for all you YouTubers out there, I appreciate you. We love you. Doc, we're going to miss you.
I'll be around virtually. You'll see me on camera.
Facts. Bobby Kotick, we will not miss you, you motherfucker. So, anyway, for you YouTubers out there...
Like the video.
Thanks for hanging out. All
Subscribe.
you Twitch viewers out there, stand by. We are going to talk to you guys, get your input on everything,
for the 11th
and
time.
kind of do a Q&A.
Not 12.
Fuck you.
It's the first time for us, 11th time for you.
So, anyway, love you guys. Have a great rest of your night.
Bye.
Bye.